Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Um, hold on, family. Hold on. Okay. Again, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Um, Wait for some more people to come in to get these announcements out the way. If you want to know more about me, good morning, Gay Talk Media. Excellent live. Appreciate that. Good. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Want to know more about me? Yours truly, Jerry Thomas. I'm on Facebook. My Facebook group, all in caps. JTMVP, Thinking for Ourselves. Also, I got some cooking on there on both Facebook and my Facebook group. Check that out. Also, I have a Twitter account, also all in caps, at JT Blackman 44. Also, Instagram account, lower caps, The Underrated Darkness. Also, I'm in this business venture with my brother Ernest Jones. He's in the hospital now. He had a AnsOToys.com. AnsOToys.com. It's a black business to start off, and he's in the hospital. So let's wish him a speedy recovery. So far, he's doing good. So, DJ Gambler, what's good, brother? Definitely shot you out in a few. Also, so I want you to check it out. We through our social media, AnsOToys.com, wherever you purchase. Matter of fact, let me get this out. All we all about is keeping the black man and black woman together. And good morning, my brother. She stay asleep. Wherever you purchase, you get 10% off. You put in my code MVP. And check us out, AnsOToys.com. We through our social media. Also, every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, the Underrated Sports Show is on this channel. My brother, co-host, She Stay Sleep TV. We be bringing great topics, great sports topics. I got another good one. That's 2 times I read about women, so read about our black women that may have impact in our community of sports trendsetters. I want y'all to check that out. I want y'all to really check that out. I'm glad all the brothers is coming in. Let me get these 2 announcements out the way, and I'm squared this off. You all know what I'm talking about. Also, I'll be doing my cooking thing every Sunday. I said between start of 6, 7, 8. Sometimes it depends how I am. I'm trying to get it to tomorrow. It's all about fellowship and stuff like that. It's not all about cooking. I did not forget about doing labels. That's be coming soon. I'll be putting it off, but that's coming soon. So watch out for that. But it's all about fellowship, brothers and sisters. Ones watching, and I preach about us as a family. We got a fellowship. We got to talk. And then check it out. All right, and check out the brothers that's on the channel. On the chat. Subscribe to each other and participate. That's what's all about my channel. Subscribe and participate. Part of the Darkness family. I don't call everybody family. No, I don't. But this is family. I'll vouch for the brothers on here. All right. So subscribe and participate with the brothers. And sisters come in a few minutes. Also, It's very important that I'll be doing the live stream of midterm elections of our perspective. If my schedule permits, I will do it. I might do it at night or might do it a day after, but I'm gonna try and do it that night. So most likely I'm going to eat. So wherever we at around this USA in our community, we gotta stay tuned for that. All right. So, you know, our community is a life. It's like, you know, it's now or never in our community. And also hit the bell when I come for the powerful live stream or video. Also share this. Very much appreciated. I might have a panel discussion. I'll let you know. It depends. It really depends how I feel. So let's check that out. And also I'm gonna have a panel discussion of that night, midterms elections of our perspective. Oh yeah, and also I forgot, that almost slipped my mind. I did Hypocrite of Sports about almost 3 months ago. I will, when I find out the definite time when the midterm elections come on TV, I will let you know. It might be a week, it might be a few days before I do the midterm elections of our perspective. I will be doing hypocrisy of politics. Again, hypocrisy of politics. It might be a week before, because usually on the news when they say the midterms coming, they usually let you know a week or two. I don't know how it goes. It depends on the networks and stuff like that. I usually watch MSNBC. I like those. I like CNN. I like CNN, but I like MSNBC because they come out the more news quicker. So when I know about that, and I'm talking to brothers right now that is in the chat, I want y'all to watch out for it. I want you to pass it out, because it's going down. Hypocrisy in politics. And I will have a panel. And we're definitely going to have a panel discussion. So I want you to watch out for that. Now, got enough people here, mostly brothers, sisters, come on. Real talk, fam, it's time. Part 2. I did a part 1. I was going to like maybe fickle around my brain. What I'm going to put in, but it's going to be a part 2. And it's time to get serious, family. It's time to get serious. And I'm not talking about the brothers in the chat and the brothers, you know what I'm talking about. And it goes for sisters too. There's a lot of fakeness within our community, outside in social media. Let me explain why. And it goes for brothers and sisters. There are some of us, not talking about brothers in here because you know what I'm talking about, but there's quite a few brothers and sisters in our community. They be on certain, and I'm talking about YouTube, but it could be throughout. It doesn't make a difference. But I'm gonna say YouTube. They be saying, I love that black man or I love that black woman. On one channel, they hate them. Oh yeah, they hate them, and they could be on a certain channel. They just disrespect black man or disrespect black woman. And then when they come on your channel, they think everything is sweet. Oh, I love that black man. Oh, I love that black woman. Now, let me tell y'all the difference. I'm talking about the hatred. Now, if there is a certain pattern that the black man or the black woman have disrespect you, you have the right to address that constructively. You have the right to address that. I'm not talking about that. We are not talking about that. I'm talking about right now. Like I always use the word lately, fandom. We gotta stop this fandom love and these fandom conversations. It's not getting us nowhere. Matter of fact, I will gonna have a panel discussion. I was not gonna do it, but I'm gonna have a panel discussion. So brothers, watch out for that, even sisters. And we gotta discuss about this, family. because it's throughout our, in our community too. I go through it myself right this minute. And it's stopping the growth of our people and our family to unite as one. And the sad thing about it, it's trickling down to our kids. Now, I know quite a few people do not like to talk about this. There's quite a few people do not want to know us about it. I'm not talking about your brothers in the chat because you know what I'm talking about. I know you deal with it too. And some people outside, but I'm talking about throughout social media, they don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to deal with it. That's one thing about me. I deal with issues that cuts the core in our people that nobody want to talk about. But we have to deal with this right now. Because there's a lot of hatred that's really going on. It's a lot of turning on lights and off of our feelings. And this got to stop. And when you talk to them, when you deal with these people, you part of that association. Now, I know there's brothers in here now, so I could talk to brothers. And I know each of your brothers, y'all deal with that. Wherever you're trying to spread righteousness, it's always negativity. And us brothers, we got to talk up on that. I don't care if it's a brother you know or brothers you don't know. Nah. Okay, this is my thing right here. Don't tell me that you're part of the liberation of us as melanin people globally, but at the same time, you're trying to stab me in the goddamn back. That's fakeness. That's phantom. You do not have the best interest of me. You do not have it. You do not have the best. You do not have the bigger picture for us as a people. Yeah, it does happen. You're right, DJ Glam. It does happen, but we do not address that consistently. Now, I did my thing back in YouTube a few years ago and stuff like that. But one thing I always respect the black woman. But if I know that she's doing wrong and she is poisoning our community, I have the right to say it. Just like any brother that is the same way, I have a right to address that. We have the right to address these people. Some of the brothers that come in here, don't know. I did YouTube part 1 and 2. YouTube code leaders and followers, part 1 and 2. Should check it out. Share that. But I'm gonna talk about some scenarios and serious scenarios, and we're gonna chime into this. It could be at times that you better in yourself. You reap the fruit, you read the Bible, you apply it to your life, or whatever it is, you better in your life. But it's always that hatred of your family, that certain member. I'm not saying one, it could be a few members of your family. What's good? And they want to politic with you and all that, but at the same time, they hating. Welcome, A9 TV. Welcome. But all that time, you feel that hate. But that's what they all about. Because they're not willing to change. They wishy-washy. They like a washing machine. But see, the different things about that. World Breaker Fire, what's up? Welcome, brother. Welcome. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for coming. Subscribe to my brother, World Breaker Fire. He always talk about boxing, but he also talk about social content too. I was blessed that I was part of his panel on Tuesday. We had a good time and stuff. Thanks again, World Breaker Fighter. Really appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that for coming. And but get back to my point. They bunch of washing machines. But see, this is things. This is a difference though. You put them in the dryer, you put them in the washer. They don't want no soap. You hear what I'm saying? They don't want no soap. They just want to stay who they are, dirty. So that means they have a dirty mindset, and also they have a dirty heart. So when they had all this manifesting, nothing about them is no good. But see, when you in righteousness, you in this washing machine, you want to get cleansed. You want to be clean. You want your mindset. You want your mind to be swirling, your heart be swirling into cleanness because you want to be purified. Now, you're going to be imperfect, no doubt. It's going to be here and there, but you want to be cleansed. So we have to learn to be in the washing machine of righteousness. We gotta learn. We gotta learn to be clean when we want to be clean, and let the cycle go around a few times to clean us up. You hear what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you're gonna go to bumps and here and there, but you're gonna be clean. Like I always say, your mindset clear. When your mindset clear, that means your lens is clear. And that's the problem. A lot of us in our community, we just want to be on this dirty cycle of the washing machine, dirty cycle. We don't want to change. We don't want to be clean. We want to stay the way we are. And then at the same time, they have the right to say whatever the right. No, you don't have that right. Especially if you're not willing to clean. Welcome, PK Boxing and MMA. Thanks for coming. See, brothers up in this piece. That's what I like. Want some sisters too, but I'm glad the brothers up in this piece. And like I said, in a few, I'm going to send some email. I'm going to send some invites, and I want y'all to come. We're going to chime into this. Oh yeah, we're going to chime into this. So when you in this washing machine of righteousness, of cleansiness, you got to get dried up, because when you get dried up, that's when you see clean. So that means we gotta be in a dryer. So we gotta be drier. Our minds could be much more clearer. P to the money. Thanks for coming, fam. So, and that is the problem of these fake people. My sister, as always, thanks for coming. Lockhead Boss, what's good, sister? Thanks for coming, Queen. And so when we on our way to the cycle, right? When you in this drier cycle, you want to gain knowledge and all that. That's when you start gaining knowledge. That means you appreciate more about yourself. That means that you advocate for yourself more, and then you start seeing these fools for what they is. Because see, we have to understand one thing, that sometimes us as a people and throughout humanity, but I'm talking about us as a people, that we don't like to go through cycles. We want to see what's straight ahead, and that's all we want to see. We do not want to go through cycles because it's too hard. You're going to get all the dirt out. Because when you watch it goddamn close, you smell it. You take the bag, the true form. Peace, brother. Thanks for coming. The brother's coming out. That's what I'm talking about. The true form. Y'all, sub to the brother. He got great information on there too. The true form. So when you put your clothes again in that wash machine, you don't want to smell that stink no more. You want to be clean. You want to smell to be clean because you looking forward, to be cleanliness. That's part of being cleanliness. But see, these fake people that had dirty mindset and a heart mindset, they don't want to be clean. They don't even want to be gain knowledge. When I'm talking about gain knowledge, that's why I use that dryer scenario to let people know, because you got to gain knowledge after that. It doesn't stop there. The cycle continues. So you take your clothes out and you fold them up, or sometimes you throw them in the bag and you go home and you fold them up and you feel good about it because the part of your cleanliness has come. You happy. You know what I'm saying? You might get you something to eat and everything because you feel good about yourself because you got that dirtiness out. So these channels that are preaching that hate the black man or hate the black woman, and then they come to your channels and act like, oh, everything is good. No, that's not good. No, you a hater. That means you hate me. That means you hate our people. That means you hate the liberation so we can strive to be part of the human race. That I always say. And it goes for sisters too. Now, I'm going to repeat that because I know there are some people that came late. Now, I'm not talking about the ones that disrespect your existence and you have to go after them, let them know that you constructively. I'm not talking about that. No, I'm not talking about that. You have every right. You have every right to defend yourself that you know that it's not true. Haters, you have every right. Not talking about that. I got to say that again. The one just came in a few minutes ago. So after that in life, they want to be around people just like that. And they become dirtier and dirtier and dirtier and dirtier. Because nobody throughout the years has sat down with them and tell them, look, what you doing is not good. What you're doing to yourself, you are hurting yourself, especially you hurt other members of the family. You a hater within yourself. And that's the sad thing that we have on here throughout social media, YouTube, and throughout our family. So they go by, so I'm talking about the dirty ones now. So these dirty ones, they go spread everything. Oh, I remember this person, this one and that one. Oh, look at them. They think they all that now. But they still they're gonna turn back what they is. They're gonna turn back what they used to do. Oh, sometimes they don't even know, they don't have a clue what you all about anyway. They don't. But see, they want to follow this dirty mindset, hate mindset, and heartless because it makes them feel good. Because people is vouching for them. And you got to watch out the ones that is vouching for them because guarantee it, they're gonna be the same way. On the cat, my sis, my queen, thanks for coming. Very much appreciate. Hope you continue to come. Very much appreciate. So after all this really happening, so the haters start spreading of our immediate family, our friends, now throughout our community. Like Arnold Cat said, we sick. We sick. We are. And it hits our community now. And so That's true. They don't even know it, but they are alive and they do know it. But that's a good point. The truth form, you're right. And it hits our community now. Now our kids got to be a part of this now. And they don't have the fortitude mindset to find what's right or wrong. So they figure what's going on, what I'm describing, that it's okay. But where is the grown-ups that say, look, this is wrong? Where are the other grown-ups in our community interact with other grown-ups and say, this is not right? But there are some of us are doing that, and I believe that everybody in the chat, in one way or the other in your life, y'all had done that. Even the ones that is listening. So you go along, you tell these people. Because let me explain to you one time. A long time ago, it was a cousin. Not gonna say the gender doesn't make difference, but I had to put, matter of fact, it was a cousin-in-law, pardon me. It was a cousin-in-law. I had to put that person in check. Because this person said derogatory things, but they don't even understand what a person I became to be. And everything that person was saying was a lie anyway. It was going by perception, what my other cousins was telling them. But hey. But I had to actually put that person in check. How dare you talk about me? How dare you disrespect me? I ain't your goddamn play toy. You know, we got like that. I said, so almost came to blood. Said, yo, we could take it outside. Because I'm real with mines. Until this day, that person wants to say it to me, but I ain't losing no sleep over it. But so sometimes you have to confront that person. Sometimes you have to confront that group. So all this is really going on, right? You confront that person. So you really want to know, is that person is going to heed the warning, or the darkness is going to come, or the real is really going to come out? Because sometimes some of these people, you got to give them warnings. I don't like what you're doing. I'm just letting you know what you're doing to me. Just like the true form said, sometimes they don't know. And you're absolutely right, brother. Some don't know. But how about the ones that do know, but they want to keep on continuing the process? They hate the process. You got to address that, family. You have to address that. Because if you don't address that, we're going to be in even deeper denial for us as a people to how sick that we are. And everything what I'm saying goes for the underrated one. Goes for me. The underrated one, the realest. Go for me too. God could tell you about my life, of this present, right? Of this present right now. I say to myself that I will not deal with anybody that hates me. I will not deal with anybody that don't like me, because when you don't, especially I'm talking about us in our community. If you hate me, that means you hate our people. I don't care. You talk very good. I don't care. You talk about the best speeches on YouTube, all throughout social media, or whatever it is in life. But if I know that you hate me, and I know that you disrespect my existence, I have the right not to be around you. I don't want to be around you. You are nasty. You are dirty. You need to get in that washing machine and put some soap on yourself and let whatever it is to clean your ass up. It goes for man or woman. If you're not willing to be cleansed up, if you're not willing to be straightforward to each other, especially within yourself first, because God starts from you first. You're not willing to do that, stay the hell away from me. I mean that. Now, the ones that know me for like P Money and She Stay Sleep TV and all of them, they know. I can say Gay Talk Me too. Again, check out his live. Very deep. We need to get on that. Yeah, man. Do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to the brother. Alright? To the Underrated Darkness. Trust me, you subscribe to me, I'm subscribed to your back. Matter of fact, before I continue, there is I don't think Onicat I subscribe to you, but we gonna find out right now. Oh, I am subscribed to Onicat. Okay. See, that's how I do. That's how the darkness do. Because hey, ain't nothing faking me. Subscribe to me, I subscribe to you back. That's what's all about participate. But you know about these haters don't want to participate. These haters want to pick and choose. Now, when I'm talking about pick and choose, I'm talking about us as righteous people. If there's a channel, even through our social media, don't make a difference. That practice hate, yeah, you gotta handpick them. You gotta handpick it. Hey, nothing wrong with that. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the damn haters. There's a concept that I made up last year, character hoppers. They bunch of character hating hoppers. See, they want to hoppity hop. Oh, I love you, and while at the same time stabbing your goddamn back. And these people, again, got to be addressed. It cannot be they have the right to be wishy-washy. We got to stop having these phantom mindset and conversations with these people. We got to act. We just cannot no more be thinking, turn our heads, oh, everything all right. Everything is not all right. Because at the same time, these are the same haters. They falsify influence of some nice ones in our community and turn them corrupted. And then at the same time, they think they're doing a good thing, but kind of find out they fall in that spell. That's like to go back what I mentioned like a few minutes ago of my channel, which I want y'all to check out. YouTube, the YouTube code, leaders and followers, part 1 and 2. Want y'all to check that out, family. But get back what I'm saying. So when they corrupt these people, some of them, they think they're doing one good thing, but at the same time, they're not. And you alienate great people that you had that solid foundation with about righteousness in the past. So that means when it's happened, family, we gotta handpick good people. We gotta handpick like Anuket. We gotta handpick sisters that Lot, my sister Lot. We gotta handpick people like Be Gay Talk Media. We gotta handpick the be people She Stay Sleep, P Money. We gotta handpick people like that. Let me go up there before I continue. 89 TV, PK Boxing and MIA. You know, the True Form. We gotta be around people. World Breaker Fighter. We gotta be around people like that. I'm sorry. I said she stay asleep. I'm sorry, Lockhead. I'm sorry, my queen. Lockhead. We gotta be around people like that. Did I say she stay? Yeah, I should say she stay asleep. Craig J. too. Gotta be around people like Craig J. We gotta be around people that is like-minded, that is willing to speak up for against unrighteousness, but at the same time stay true to righteousness the best way we can. Like again, we are imperfect. We are. And in a few minutes, I'm gonna be sending out some email, send out invites. So if you want to join, let me know. But and that's it. And so we got to keep an eye. Sometimes we have to keep an eye on the big things, what's happening good, what's bad, and there's nothing wrong with that. Got to keep an eye on that. You know. See all you. Peace, peace. Glad you joined. Now, did the doctors make mistakes in this past? Oh, no doubt. I make mistakes. And trust me, but at the same time, I got in that washing machine and put some soap on my ass so I could be cleansed from head to toe, inside and outside. Because I don't want to be around stink no more. These are a bunch of stinking people that they need to be clean inside. See, these are the people when they inside themselves, they don't like to smell themselves. See, they smell themselves, they think they smell good. But see, about the cleansed ones, we smell ourselves, we clean ourselves up because we don't like that smell. That smells terrible. But see, they used to their terribleness for throughout the years. Yeah, they used to that. So when they used to that, that is poison, family. I'm gonna tell you the mindset. It's throughout our family, our community, and our nation. That's dangerous. And then when they get to our nation, I'm not saying we can clear it up, but that's gonna take time. So we gotta stop it right then and there, even into our family. We got to X that out. So I'm gonna send out the invites. Paul, let me ask because I don't want to send an invite to people like this. But that's what up. World Breaker, watch out for yours. But sister, welcome, welcome. But let me get this out while I'm talking. And it's a serious matter, family. That is going unnoticed for a very long time. And we gotta do something about it. But we're gonna go more on that. But and also when you go through that, right, family? They always say, "What did I do wrong?" You have to understand. I didn't have nothing to do with it. Yes, you all had something to do with it. What are you talking about? You've been down with this process for a long time. I sent out the She Stay Sleep and Gab Talk Media. Want the brothers come through. And Nicole Ali, thanks for coming. Very much appreciated. And so they figured, so they under denial now. Oh, well, you cannot say that. I had to do. Now they want to play victim. No, your haters cannot play victim. You just cannot talk behind my back to other people and you want to smile in my face. You's a hater. I don't want to be around. No, we cannot have people like that, family. Can't. Okay, PK Boxing, PK Boxing, and MMA. So subscribe to the channel. Thank you, appreciate that. Yeah, Coffee Anana. Yeah. He ancestor now. He did great, yo. He was there for our community globally. Spoke for our community. Thank you, CR. You yes. Gaddafi Annan, yes. Former U.S. Secretary of the United States, play a big part of back in the 90s, going into the 2000s, talking about the oppression of us as a people around the world, not just Africa, but around the world. We need to salute that man. So, okay. Welcome to my brother Gabe Talk Media. Salute to you, brother.
Peace, bro.
I'm good. I'm good. So what you think what I'm talking about now, brother?
I dropped off for a second, but when I left, you was talking about some of the fakeness in the community, like that double life that
Yeah.
people that people be that people be doing on social media. Is that still the topic?
Yes, to the topic. Yes.
Yeah. I don't see that much productive about it. On the flip side, I think some of those people are trying to work out who they are, and they doing it in front of people. But I don't. Here's what I don't like: if you are going to go hard in one direction and then got another channel where you going hard in the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
That's just all out fake to me. But sometimes, like, you got two channels because this is more your. So, like, I used to carry two channels, and here's how I used to carry them. Right, I wasn't like a different person. It was more so I got this channel set up for my conscious content and this channel for my entertainment. Like, like, for instance, I still listen to hip hop. I love hip hop, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Not the content of all of it, but I'm just that genre
Mm-hmm.
is I'm very attracted to the genre. And it's like a whole lot of mixed opinions on whether we should even be attracted sometimes to the genre.
Mm-hmm.
And so I haven't concluded that I should change my mind about that yet. So I might set up a channel where I'm not presenting everything like that too. I used to do this. I'm not going to present this part of me to the conscious community because obviously they don't support that. So I'm not going to run them away because they see that I like that. So I set up something separate.
Right.
But
I
if it But now I'm different about it. Now it's like you're gonna deal with it with me, all of it, because I'm comfortable in my decision.
Yeah, I get
Mhm.
what you're saying, but see, this is my thing, brother. This is what I'm saying, or maybe you dropped off and everything. This is my
Okay.
thing, what I see, and I've seen this a lot, especially on YouTube and throughout my family and stuff. Maybe you missed out on my cousins, but I know these people when I see and they talk about pure hatred for us as a people. I'm talking about the black man or the black woman. And then they go on another channel and they ask, "Oh, I'm with that black man or I'm with that black woman." To me, that is
Oh yeah, yeah,
that's fake. That's fake. That's what I'm talking about. I don't
yeah,
like that. I don't like that. So that means when you do that, that means you don't love yourself. You don't advocate yourself, and you spreading poison in our community. And I
yeah,
hate that. I don't like that. Don't come to my goddamn channel. Oh, I love you, underrated darkness, but you stab me in the back. It's not that you stab me in the back. You stabbing our people in the back.
right, right. Nah, you right, brother. Like I seen some sisters, right, that they start off. I used to listen to a few sisters. I ain't gonna call their name out, but I was listening to them and I thought they was making good points, man. Like real good points. And this is just not, I'm gonna call this one name. This is just not, just so y'all don't think I'm talking about Cynthia G. It's not only her.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Oh.
few sisters on the circuit that appear very conscious, and they will draw you in to that side of themselves only for you to find out, man, they got another agenda going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and where it really will begin to sound like they hate brothers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But they draw you in with like it's all love. But
Mm-hmm.
you'll fast find out if you keep listening. Like it was like a slow thing too, brother. It was like, okay, this one sound. I don't know where she's standing at on this point. And then you find out, man, I don't know where they stand out. Every time you listen to a video, it's a little bit more poison. It's almost like they mixing it in there. And before you know it, man, it's like, oh man, this sister can't stand us, man. You
Mm-hmm.
know, So I actually unsubscribed to a few channels, and I check back in every now and then just to see if a sister might be going through something. That's why it's very important to me that you have your emotions in check when you do some of these videos, because sometimes we get on here and you letting out something that it's just a moment. All of us have moments,
Mm-hmm.
but to the listener, it's like this is who you are, you know. Because I listen to you all the time, so I will feel like I understand. Okay, underrated having a moment. If that ever was to occur, because I understand who I've been listening to all this time. But when somebody tune into you for the first time or the first few times, you better not. You better make sure that your message is something that's consistent and not all over the place until your audience learn who you are, because you'll mess up your subscribership for real.
Oh yeah, definitely, and that's what
Mhm.
and that's what my if anybody know, I'm consistent with mine.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And so when people, I know people like they say, "Yo, why you say it like this?" Yo, I'm gonna say what I see it, and I'm not all about the person. I got you. She stay sleep. Um, I'm a brother that I'm going to see for what it is, but at the same time, I'm going to apply myself first too. How to apply this to myself, and then when I get a better clarification of myself as a human being, that's when I'd be very comfortable to bring it out. But the darkness, I'm very consistent what I'm saying, and I'm very consistent my message, and I'm very consistent what I'm seeing because my mindset has to be clear. Like I said, my lens is clear. So nobody can never, ever tell me what I'm inconsistent of because I'm constantly growing. It's just that, on my way, she said, sleep. I got you, brother. And just for me, this conversation, you know, needs to be addressed because and also brothers do the same thing too. They go by and go, "Oh, I'm all about for the black woman," but at the same time, you knocking the black woman down.
yeah,
And
no, that's facts.
this thing got to, to me, it has to stop. If somebody got, I'm not saying that people is not talking about. I'm not saying that, but I took upon myself to bring these issues up because it's stopping our growth. It's stopping our liberation. We are having these phantom. We become phantom thinkers and having these phantom conversations. Why these people is still hurting our community. You know what I'm saying? All right, what you get ready to say, Gabe? And she stay asleep. You can go ahead.
No, I was agreeing with you, like that needs to stop, and that we should be like kind of calling these things out. This kind of like you say, the double life, man, and faking. And I have seen, just to add some balance, I seen brothers do this too, and they talk. The thing about it is they do it in a slick way. Some of these characters on YouTube and other social media outlets are very cunning and slick about the way that they draw you in, because they know that many of us are looking for the right thing and not just their personal agendas.
Mm-hmm.
So they slow walk you into some of this stuff, man, which kind of is an indication. It's indicative of what they want you to believe or what they actually stand for.
Mm-hmm.
So I know exactly what you're talking about, bro. I agree.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks a lot as your continued participation. All right, she stay asleep.
Peace, peace,
Peace.
peace to the brothers. Peace to everybody in the chat.
Peace, brothers. Peace.
I just wanted to chime in real quick. I definitely agree. You know, a lot on what y'all brothers are saying. Um, you know, I've been looking at a lot for the past 2 years. I've been on YouTube, and you know, I just been seeing. I mean, to me, I've been saw it because I understand, you know, that a lot of our people are are broken. You know, I did a show called "Are We Broke or Are We Broken?" And a lot of us are broken, and this is why we have broken communication skills with each other. And people show a lot of fake love because a lot of people are fake. You know, and that's one thing I agree. And I you know, not only agree but stand in alignment with, as far as um the 5% nation. They call themselves the 5% because they're the ones, they consider themselves the ones that are aware of who people are and where they are in society. So we got to understand that when you dealing with 85ers, you know, the deaf, dumb, and blind, we have to understand that that's what comes with deaf, dumb, and blind people.
Mm-hmm.
Fake love. They don't know how to love. They don't know how to be honest. They don't know how to convey who they are to other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we just gotta understand that a lot of our people are asleep. They're asleep. So if you understand that a lot of the people are asleep, then you should not be shocked of the behavior of certain people. You know, it's always good to know why people do what they do, because what I noticed in my journey is, over the years of me trying to help people, what happens is people start to drain you. When you constantly trying to wake everybody up and trying to get everybody together, unity is not for everybody. Unity is for the chosen few. We're never going to unify as everybody. Everybody is never going to be on the same accord. Everybody is never going to agree on certain things we agree with on this platform. You're going to always have that because some people are just not built for unity.
Mm-hmm.
You have to understand that the majority, if there was an uprising right now and the change of our government, we have to understand that 2/3 of the black race is going to have to die off. You know why? Because that's all of the people who show fake love. That's all of the people who running around faking who they are. Them people are going to die because they're not going to know how to speak the language of unity.
Mm-hmm.
You see, a lot of us show fake love because we just fake people.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how to be real with one another because you have to understand that we've been socialized to think a certain way. See, nowadays it's cool to be fake because when you fake, you could be around everybody. So we got to understand that. It's cool to be fake because when you be fake, you can hang out with the celebrities. See, we got to understand what we being socialized into to understand why our behavior is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Right.
See, it's easy for people to show fake love because that's the climate in society now, to be fake. To be fake is to be cool.
Mm-hmm.
To lie to people, to scam people. That's the crowd people want to be around because that's where the people at. So
Powerful, bro.
So for instance, let's say you a business, you trying to sell something. Nowadays, it's hard for certain type of black businesses to thrive, not only because of certain things that black people talk about, but you got to understand the nature of the people. You have to understand the nature of the consumer nowadays. Everybody wants to buy fake stuff because the nature of people is fake. It's all manufactured. That's why we buy a bunch of manufactured bullshit products. That's why we don't shop with each other. Why am I going to go buy some natural soap and I'm a fake person?
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. Man, I ain't paying $10 for that soap. I could go buy soap for $1.09. Of course you could go buy that because that's manufactured bullshit. Period. And that's the way you think. So instead of you supporting your brother, which is the language of unity, supporting them financially, and emotionally, because we can't just support each other in an emotional way. We got to support each other financially too. See, we got to understand that that's part of communication also. And if we go back in history, we'll see that that's how different tribes communicated with each other. That's how some things, some wars and beefs was stopped between certain tribes, was through what? Business, trade. Listen, we got to stop this war because it's stopping us from making money on this product. So if we get these people over here to stop fighting, that'll open up our trade routes and give us more business. But imagine if black people thought like that today. But we don't think like that today. Why? Because we have a manufactured, fake thinking process. This is why you have fake people. This is why you have fake people. We're being socialized to be fake. The behavior that you see on YouTube was manufactured. It was manufactured. They knew we would begin to act like this with each other. That's why they keep promoting it. That's why they keep promoting this fake lifestyle. Oh, if you wear Gucci or Louis or this or that, then you must be a certain type of person. How does your clothes make you who you are status-wise? That's a fake way of thinking. But people promote that because why? We in the day and time where being fake helps you. Oh, I'm going to go and be fake and key and smile in everybody's face. So what? They could know who I am. See, nowadays, we call that networking. When back in the day, we called it kissing ass or being fake, trying to be around people you know you don't vibe with. Oh, I'm going to go to the club with these dudes I don't really rock with now because I got money. But when you was broke, you and all your broke homeboys used to go to the club. But now you got a new set of dudes you going to the club with because you got money now. That's being fake. And that's the day and time that we in. It's cool to be fake now. Everything is like it's hard to take things serious nowadays because of how manufactured everything has become. Shit it's not hard to figure out why people show fake love, man, because these people are fake, and more and more people are fake because they're trying to fit into this mold in society that we think will benefit us. That's what it's about. That's why people chill around fake people. They congregate with fake people. They call fake people their friends because that's the time we in. It's all good to be fake. That's the time that we in. We don't want to argue, so we gonna be fake around each other. That's the day and time we in, y'all. And we gotta understand that. We gotta understand that this is something that's going to exist. We just have to figure out a way around it. And the way around it is just to deal with people who you feel like is like-minded and watch people's behavior. Don't listen to what people say. Watch their behavior. Just watch their behavior, because a person will always show you that they fake through their behavior, not what they say, through their behavior. Like if I know you're hanging out with a person that I know is fake, I'm not going to say nothing to you. I'm not going to tell you that you hanging out with a fake person. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to watch how you treat me while you're hanging out with them. Because me and that person, me and the fake person, we already had an encounter and they know that I know that they're fake. So if you start treating me different, then I know you fake. Because what you doing is you sitting around a fake person and letting them dictate how you should treat other people. That means you fake. You see, when somebody could come and tell you, oh, don't hang out with that person. Don't support this person. Don't be around that crowd. Don't go to that panel and all of that. See, when people are telling you stuff like that, they fake. And 9 out of 10, the person that they're telling you not to be around is a person they had an issue with. And they don't want you around them. You know why they don't want you around them? Because they are afraid that the person you hanging around who they had an encounter with is going to expose their ass for being fake. You see? But me, like my pops taught me, you never expose the cheater. Just keep the cheat off you. So I don't have to go and tell the person, yo, you hanging around a fake person. If the person is aware and they could sit back and analyze a person's behavior and the things that they telling them and start questioning why they're telling me to not hang around certain people, then you will know you dealing with a fake person. You will know you dealing with a bullshit artist. You will know that. But what we need to do is we need to be aware of people like that. And we need to understand where it come from. This society and this system creates fake people. It's designed for people to be fake and to be emotionalists and to be moralists. This society builds you up to be that way. So don't be surprised when you run into some fake people. Just understand how to deal with them.
Can I speak upon that issue too, brother?
Hold that thought on information, man. See everything what Gabe talk medias talk about, what people in the chat saying, and what I'm saying, that's what I'm talking about. The mindset. I'm talking about the mindset, and I'm talking about the conversation. I'm talking about, I should have said association, but that's what everything wraps in one family. We have to take all these components at the same time to see for what it is. We cannot just be half blinded in one eye and half blinded, and then the other eye would be open. It cannot be that way no more, because that means we under denial. I just want to throw it out. Information man, thanks for coming. Go chime on it.
Hey, how's everybody doing this morning? I want to first see how everyone's doing this morning, this afternoon, wherever you are in the world. How are you all doing?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
All right. I'm doing fine. You spoke upon an issue that I'm realizing the reality of that, because I've had that experience. What I notice is that you always should be aware of people who are very concerned about who you're talking to. What is their secondary, thirdary, whatever, what is their agenda for why they're concerned about trying to tell you who to watch out for? Now, what I have encountered in my time on YouTube so far, as I've made connections with people, is that the very people that were telling me, watch out for this person, watch out for that person, come to find out, folks that I seek counsel with or to connect with, they weren't my problem. It was the people that were trying to tell me and steer me to where they want to steer me to. See, I'm riding my own goddamn ship. Nobody's going to steer me anywhere. And so when you discover that and you say, damn, the enemy is from within, the enemy was not from without, that's a discovery, that's of awakening that lets you know that people don't always have your best interest in mind. Matter of fact, what you have going on is a lot of jealousy. I don't know why we can't just support one another and say, wow, if this brother or sister is doing well or being successful in whatever we define success as being, okay, because success is so many different things other than just how much money you have or how much popularity you have. But when you see someone that you deem as having a certain success from your perspective, why can't we look at brothers and sisters and be inspired by that and say, you know what, I want to take it to that level. I want to try to do what they're doing or try to do something even better. And then when you translate that, we should all be fruitful together. We should all support one another. But it seems like when it comes to Black folks on these social medias, what I'm learning is that we get on panels, we have discussions about various issues that we want to attack. And the very people who claim to be against the term we use, white supremacy, or against those that would have, who would not have our best interest as a people, we don't seem to show the same mustard and effort towards pushback on them, but we'll give a lot of pushback on ourselves. Now, I made a mention several months ago that we should start identifying these trolls once they come into our chat rooms. Once they begin to try to attack us, we should identify the nesting grounds that they come from. And just like anyone that flags our channels or do whatever, we should identify these individuals and flag their particular brand. And I brought that up, but I really didn't feel the vitriol or the energy that is necessary, because it seems like we're good at taking left hand and right hand hooks towards each other, But a lot of times the true enemy that comes right to us, we sort of shush them away, but we never say, you know what, let's be offensive instead of defensive. And yet we tear each other down. We come towards each other in sheep's clothes, wolves in sheep's clothing. You know, I'm your friend. I've got your best back, but then at the same time, they don't have your best back. Mm-hmm. And my question to you, brothers, I know I'm long-winded here. What is it going to take for Black people to break away from this hate, self, and kind mentality? And is there any, another question with that is there any hope for us? And is the Black community as it is comprised today, are we a done deal? Is it no longer relevant to try to rebuild the Black community? Do we just need to say, you know what? We can't rebuild what's in existence. We got to start from scratch. And the only way we can start from scratch, from my opinion, is through our children. Our children. I must repeat that. What do you brothers think?
Well, I'm going to chime into this, and I'm going to go down the line where everybody get like this. This is my thing. Now, you say we got to help the kids. Okay, I can understand. I'm a disagreement. I think there are some of us as adults could be helped because, again, I had to repeat this again while I'm going on. Go and see part 1 and 2. I did YouTube, cult followers and cult leaders and followers. Parts 1 and 2. I keep on telling you to go back. Yeah, Nicole Ali, drop your email, no problem. We need sisters to talk on this too. Go back. I tell you what's going on. But go on information, man. Is this that for me? Is this that when you have a person tell you, "Oh, something wrong with this person, something wrong with this person," right? And they always say, and it goes for the other brothers too, right?
Right.
And they always say that. But you wonder, like, why they keep on talking about this brother and sister all the time? What the hell? What you did? And see, that's the question that we need to ask. What the hell? What did you did? And I'm glad you brought those points. Glad you asked the questions because that's what we gotta ask. See, my thing is this: that if I got a problem with you, I'm going to come to you. I'm going to get you my sister in a few. I got you. But this is my thing for here. If you want to know about the underrated doctor, you come to me. I don't want to hear from anybody else. Oh, yeah, I don't like you. This. I don't give a fuck about you. Especially you negative. Oh, I'm going to bring this and that. Listen. I ain't run from nothing. Maybe I'm getting off the point. I ain't run from nothing. I've never run from no man or no goddamn woman. Mm-hmm. You hear what I'm saying? And so when sometimes like us as righteous people, sometimes we be around people that you think that we have the best of interest, but they really don't. And then when they talking about other people, sometimes you got to see, hold up. Why this person is not socialized with that other person? You have to think on stuff like that. But at that times, that's when we come weak-minded as we are. That's when the blindness, that's when our lenses has closed. Our mindset has closed because we want to play each part. No, this is what it is. If you're all about righteousness, stick with it. If you're all about unrighteousness, stick with it. That's all I'm saying. Brothers, you could chime in while I can get the sister on. Nicole Ali, give me some time. I'm with.
I do realize, brother, that there's always two sides to a story. So when someone comes to you, you should always look at that and say, okay, I know that there's two sides to a story. What would be that person's angle? Because everyone has some sort of angle or agenda at the end of the day. We all do, in some ways or a fashion or another. But my thing is, you know, I'm willing to work with anybody. If you just keep it, if you're real 100%, I'm going to work with you. But I just really, it's disappointing when you believe in a person, you support a person, and then you find out that they are not what they portray themselves to be. And you discover it, cold blunt, discover it. It's a sad, disappointing thing when it comes from your own people who you dearly believe in. And it makes you feel like, damn, what am I doing? I'm sitting up here going to bat for my people, and yet they'll do anything to tear me down, tear you down, talk about you like a dog, as if you stole something and robbed something. You haven't taken anything off of anybody's table, any food off their table. You haven't kept them from employment, shelter, clothing, but yet they're talking about you as if you've done such a thing. It's really, and it makes me say, damn, is there no hope for us? And that's a terrible question to have to come to, but it's one that I've been pondering. I must be honest.
Yeah.
Peace, brother. Can I chime in?
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
That's a very real, and I commend you, brother, to get on here and be real like that with how you feel about the situation. And this is why one of the things that because a lot of people are turning away from faith-based logic or faith-based teachings. And one of the things I consistently say when it comes to hope, because hope and faith have to do with things that we're unclear about or uncertain of. So faith is something that sustains you in that dark hour, like you're describing right now, where you're saying, damn, what does it take for us to get ourselves together? And I have a suggestion for that might be somewhat of I'm not going to say it's an answer to that, but it's how I carry that. But faith is one of the things that will sustain your hope, and without it, you will run into that brick wall of not understanding where this community is going. So to that note, I'm commending what we've been given as faith, no matter what sector it is, but that never ending hope and will that we're going to get this thing together, because the hour is dark. You know what I'm saying? We're like, I'm with you, information. We don't know sometimes where the community is going. But on another note, we were told from many instances in many different ways that this hour would be that type of moment. And I suggest that we as individuals don't know how all of these parts are going to fit together. So I suggest that you stick to what it is that you've been given as a drive internally and continue on. And those who are with you are with you. They have connected to, your divinity. You have a circle for that. And then there are those who are not going to understand what it is that you are here to represent. I know a portion of what I'm here to represent, and I'm going to do it. And the question that you're asking is what is like a decision of the universe, and we as individuals probably only have a portion of that, and most of that is going to be comprised of belief, because there is not a lot of evidence to support how it is that we will unify. All we have is projections and examples in history of how people escaped oppression. So while we're in this mix and in the darkness of our oppression, we have no other options other than to work and hope, work and pray some more and work some more. You follow what I'm saying? So you working through your children is a viable option. So you continue to do what it is that you are sure about, and that we are individually sure about, until the time arrives that the parts are either driven together by some extraneous circumstances, or that the hour just arrives that we actually, we tired enough now to put down petty differences and whatnot. But hang on to your hope and your faith, brother, in the community. And yes, there are going to be some areas where we are letting each other down, not always intentionally, but due to our misunderstandings, due to our being fake for such long periods of time that we don't know how to be real. A lot of times it's not intentional, but the bottom line is if everybody concentrate on what it is that their strengths are and continue to exemplify that and try to draw from those that have strengths that you don't have, I think in due time we will see what the overall plan is. But the plan is not given to any of us individually. I defy anybody that think that they know exactly what the unification of Black people is going to look like or what that solution really is. I challenge anybody to prove that. Right now I'm calling anybody that says they have the answer a liar. Peace.
Okay, anybody else?
I'm gonna definitely say that what's important that the brother Gab just was saying, and the important part that we need to that I focused on was the fact that we just have to continue to do what we do. And that's important. As long as you continue to do what you doing, and what you doing is correct and righteous, that's all you can really worry about, because we're never going to be able to change people's minds. That's a decision that has to be made, within that person. Like, a person makes a choice to be fake. You see what I'm saying? Like, if a person understands, because you got some people who don't know what they're doing, and then you got some people who do. You got some people who are just intentionally malicious, intentionally a backstabber. You got some people that are like that. And then you got some people who don't know what they're doing because of their circumstances. Like, for instance, when you 13, 14 years old and you hanging out with your homeboys and it's 10 of y'all, you don't know that if something was to pop off and y'all all got to defend yourselves, you don't know that out of 10 of those dudes, 5 of them may not even fight. You don't understand that until you actually go through that. So there's certain things that we're going to experience. We're going to experience fake people. But then you have some people who are intentionally fake, meaning they intentionally lie to you and deceive you.
Mm-hmm.
And make you feel like they're your friend and make you feel like they're there for you, when all along they're just there to string you along for you to be a part of their BS. You see? So that's the difference between us being socialized into being fake, and then we have people who intentionally are just malicious and wicked. You see, and what you was talking about, Info Man, is you're talking about a person who's intentionally malicious and wicked. That person, that's their intentions. And you have a lot of people like that on YouTube who will get you to be down with them and to do all of this stuff. Meanwhile, you're just a minion for that person. And not to say that anyone is a minion, but that's what you are in the eyes of the person who's stringing you along. You're a puppet. You're a minion in their little game that they like to play. You see, because some people will use you just for numbers. Oh, let's start this crew and we're going to be this big crew and we're going to do this and we're going to do that and we're going to do this and I'm going to send people to your channel and send people to my channel and all of this stuff. But at the end of the day, what comes out of that? Nothing.
Nothing.
And then what happens when you deal with situations like that? A lot of times chaos ensues. How do I know? Because I've been a part of a YouTube crew. I know this myself. I'm speaking from personal experience. I've been strung along and tagged along and been a minion. Mm-hmm. I know. And it's not because that's the way I think. It's because you were misled. Mm-hmm. And see, this is how you have this. And see, this is the big problem in the conscious community. You have people fooling people and manipulating people into becoming blind sheep, blind followers. Next thing you know, you defending a person who won't even defend you. You out going to bat for a person who won't do it for you. You going to bat for a person who behind the scenes, they talking mess about you. They talking down on your name. This is a person you protected and defended in the public, in YouTube.
That's right.
So I understand what you talking about, brother, because I've been through that. You see, this is why I changed my name from DS1 Alliance to Sheep Stay Sleep. Because see, I had to realize that, hey, I'm being played with. And people play with this conscious stuff. They play with things that are dear to you. These are dangerous people. These are people that are really dangerous and are really detriments to movements. What do you think? How do you think the Black Panthers and all of these black organizations that was created to help us, how do you think they were immobilized?
From within, by people who look like us, who portrayed themselves as being for the cause when they were working for our enemy the whole time. Exactly.
Thank you. Thank you. And you have to have a certain personality to be that type of person. And this is why I say you have to pay attention to what people do, because a lot of these people, they display that type of behavior. They display agent provocateur behavior. Mm-hmm. They display it. So if you running around backbiting, that's agent provocateur behavior. Because how do I know who you backbiting me to? I don't know who you talking to. You could be talking to the police. I don't know who you talking to.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So we really have to watch these people, watch their behavior. Don't listen to what they say, because they're going to dress everything they say up with a bow on top. Mm-hmm. They're going to put a bow on it. So they're going to talk the black stuff. They're going to talk the white supremacy talking points. They're going to talk all these things that they know will draw you in. They're going to do all of that. So we definitely need to pay attention to stuff like that. But one thing we must do, like the brother Gab said, all we can do is continue to work and pray. All we could do is do our part.
Oh, see, Stacey, hold that thought. I want to say something. Subone, check this out. Ain't all about no names. We just generally talking. This ain't no gossiping. This ain't gonna be no bullshit like that. Ain't all about no goddamn names. And that's the shit I'm tired. Go through it. Okay, you can go, Nicole Ali. I need to get that out. We gotta stop this fucking gossip shit, and instead of see what the matter, what it is, and deal with the shit. Because what you say, what you're saying right now is all about that troll talk. And that fucking troll talk is all about fakeness. And I'm not gonna stand with no goddamn fakeness on this my fucking channel.
Bro, you ain't even gotta get upset.
No, I'm not getting upset. No, trust me. I'm not getting upset. I just got to state that point, because it's not the first time, Subone, you come through this bullshit. You're not going to come to this bullshit on the underrated You ain't gonna do it in the underrated Darkest channel. Cut that shit out. Go ahead, She Stacy. Good looking out on that, She Stacy. Good looking out for me.
Let me just say one thing. Look, it's not about trying to name names. See, if I was to get on here and to say names and to do that sort of greasy type stuff, I would be no better than those that have done that to me. I'm not gonna play in that realm. We know, let's wake the hell up. We know that we as Black people, our underwear's got boo-boo in it, that we got some problems. We don't need to name any names or say anything like that. I'm talking in a generalized manner here. We know what's going on these social medias. Come on now. You all have seen what has been going on. You follow various individuals, various folks, and you see what's going on. So when I talk about what's our hope, I'm examining from what I'm seeing, from my observations. I'm examining what I've experienced, and I'm saying, man, what is the answer to this? Why can't we stop this kind of behavior? So, to get into name calling, it's just that gets us into, like the brother said, a gossip. This is not about gossip. It's about truth. And the truth of the matter is we're trying to look at this problem not as a way of saying, let me point a finger over here. I'm just simply saying I've had some experiences. Now, my experiences are personal to me, and I don't feel necessary that I need to share them with everybody on that kind of level, because I think we all are grown people and understand that this is something that's been going on for quite some time in our own personal experiences growing up. So let's be honest, with that. You know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, I want to say this, Supone. You talking about that I'm talking any kind of way. It's not all about that. But I see a pattern. I see a pattern what you saying. And you talking about talking offline. I don't have to talk offline if I don't have to. We cool and everything. But this is what I'm talking about at the beginning of the live. If there is a pattern that is happening, I ain't going to address it. Me and you cool. But I'm just saying it like this, that you talking about doing it offline. No, certain things you cannot do offline, because that is the problem too. We like to do things offline because that means we want to hide for our fakeness. No, it ain't gonna happen. No, not this channel. We are cool. We cool, Supone. What it is, what it is. But we cool. But we not talking. We ain't all about no names. It's all about seeking the truth. It's all about get these fakeness out of here so we can grow as a community. That's what I'm coming from. Anybody want to chime in? Go ahead.
See the shit that Supone just did. See, whoever that is behind that account, they just told on themselves. I just was talking about agent provocateur behavior. How are you going to turn around? How you going to say names and then turn around and say, keep it offline? You see that? You got to watch people who do shit like that. See, Supone is a shit starter. He stirs the pot. See, he want us to say names so he could run to channels and start putting that shit in the chat room. So another beef could start up and it could be problems going around. See, that's what I'm talking about. If you want to keep it offline, Supone, you should have said that in the beginning. You shouldn't have said say names. You just told on yourself. You a shit starter. That's why you want people to say names. So you could run to them and say, oh, such and such was talking about you today on their live stream. What happened between you and such? That's a shit starter. That's agent provocateur shit. Do you know they used to send people like that down to Ferguson to start shit? So them people could rile up and the police could shoot them down and lock them up? You got to watch these types of people. That's agent provocateur. Say names. Say names for what? Say names for what? Are we saying Supone? You want us to say your name? No, That's because whoever's behind that troll account, they know who we are, number one. See, this is how I catch trolls. See, these trolls are not as smart as they think they are. If you was a real troll, you will watch the things that you say. See, Soup Bone just showed he's a shit starter and he don't care about black people. He don't want black people to unite. He don't want black people to cooperate with each other. He's a shit starter, agent provocateur. He's the one, he's the get your hand out my pocket nigga. That's Soup Bone. And he just proved it. And see, he know he told on himself. That's why he switched it up and said, keep it off YouTube. You should have said that first. If you really about unity, you should have said that first. You see?
Brother, that was a powerful display of exactly everything we was
talking about. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly,
yeah.
Bro.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And you know what? And while I'm doing this, right? What I want to do, sister, I'm still gonna try to sit. And sometimes I work, sometimes I'm still trying, and that's why. And you know what I feel, brothers and sisters, even in the chat. I knew that somebody's gonna say something, and you talking about shame on you that you disappointed you. No, we not disappointing you. We sad for you. Because people like you is slowing the growth of righteous people. People like you do not want to grow. People like you want to be in a washing machine and you just want your ass to go round and round and round without being cleansed. People like you, Soup Bone. And I'm very, very, very agitated. And good looking out, she says he's looking out for me a few minutes ago.
Peace. Hey, if I can ask for sometimes, every now and then, right? When we on here and the people are in the chat room, they type in and they can't get all of their thoughts out. And sometimes, even it happens to me, sometimes I'm misunderstood. So if the brother Soup Bone is still listening, did we in any way misinterpret what you were doing? And could you in any way explain what it is? Or
but could I say something, Gabe?
Go ahead.
While me and She Stay Sleep is talking, right? We know the history of him. So we know the history. But I understand what you're saying. You're absolutely right. But I have to say this: we know the history of him.
Okay.
Or wherever he or she is. That's we know. That's why we talking like this.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. Now y'all got the history. I bow out, bro.
But I salute to you, Gab. I respect you for that because you showing the person, you giving them the benefit of the doubt. You showing them mercy, and that's a characteristic that we all need to have for each other. Sometimes maybe something could have happened to where, maybe it was misinterpreted or whatever. And you showing that mercy. And I respect that. But like JT said, we know Soup Bone. Soup Bone know us from other chats. And this is what he does. He, she, whatever. This is what they do. Soup Bone loves to be inundated with YouTube drama. He loves to see black people beefing on YouTube. That's why he show up in certain chats. He loves to see and hear it. It invigorates this person. We understand that.
Got it.
We know this. We know this. Soup Bone know that. That's why I don't know. That's why I don't understand. I thought you was a little more smarter than that, Soup Bone. I thought you was a smarter troll. I thought you had a little sense, but you just told on yourself. You encourage people to beef. See? See, before, when I used to just see you in chat rooms when people making videos about people, because you're always up in people chat rooms who make videos about people. You're in every one of them. You go be in one chat with one person dissing one person, and then the person that's getting dissed, you go in that chat and listen to their response. This is what you do, Soup Bone. You only in the chat room right now because you got it's fake love in the title. And we got to call this stuff out. It ain't no keep it off YouTube. We got to call it out. That's what men do. That's the job of men.
Right.
That's the job of men, to call it out.
Yep.
Put it on the table. Put it on the wood. Money on the wood make the game go good. Put it out there. But no, you want people to keep it off YouTube. Why? So you can hide your identity. That's how you know that's how I know it's a person we know. Because people, keep it off YouTube. Why? So you don't get exposed? Gotta watch these people, man. See, that's why I said we gotta study people's behavior. This is why I called them out the way I did, brothers, because I watch his behavior. I be in chat rooms sometimes. I don't even speak. I just watch the shit people type. I just watch what people type in chat rooms. I just watch them. You could get a glimpse on the type of person you dealing with. Just watch what they do in other chat rooms. See, people think that they can hide who they are. Social media is exposing us. It's not hiding who we are. It's exposing our flaws. It's exposing what our problem is. That's what it's actually doing. It's not helping us hide. It's really doing the opposite. But we don't know that. That's why I did the series, Is Social Media Desensitizing Us? Because we don't even understand that. We don't even understand that Facebook asks you every day what's on your mind. And when you type in that box, you really think that people can't understand what's going on in your mind when the goddamn question is what's on your mind? And when you type in that box, you're actually telling the people who keep the logistics of Facebook how you think. But nobody pays attention to that. Nobody pays attention to what's on your mind. What other website, when you log in, asks you what's on your mind? What other website do that? Only one, Facebook. That's the only one. But we don't pay attention to that. We don't pay attention to that. And this is the problem. See, this troll didn't even understand what they just did. You just exposed yourself. And people like that is the problem. Because it's people like that that'll take this show and go tell other people, yo, I think they over there talking about you. Oh, word? They talking about me? I ain't like such and such anyway. I ain't never like him. Do you know what they do? They go do a show and have all other people who don't like you in a chat room talking shit about you. This is how it starts. This is how it starts. People like that. Oh, but we shouldn't call people like that out. But this is how it starts. This is how the crews get broken up. This is how it happens. But you got people who want people to be quiet. You know why they want you to be quiet about it? Because they don't want to be exposed. They don't want people to know that you fake, you fake, you fake. They don't want people to know that. That's why they want you to keep it off YouTube. See that? That's why I want you to keep it off YouTube.
Brother, there's a lesson to be learned in this. When we look at our history, a lot of times Black folks, we love to look at history. We're very oriented to looking back at the past. and in the past has taught us that you said it yourself, you had the brothers that get your hands out of my pocket, right? The ones that create a distraction in order for them to take brother Malcolm X out of our world. And these are the type of black folks who are dangerous to the community. And once we identify them and we come with solid identification of what they are and who they are, they have to be vanished away from us. I'm going to say it. Not anybody. Imagine we're a football team. And what are they in football season's coming up? And I know y'all brothers talk sports. And what do? They have people who try out. They have people that they draft. And if you don't cut the mustard, they have to cut you from the team. And there are some in our community, not all, but some, who, I'm sorry, they have to be cut from the team and they have to be vanished. Every other culture has this sort of code that they play by. But we as black people, we take everybody back in with open arms because we're so loving. You know, you got, not to get too far off subject, you got Omarosa running around because she got booted out of the White House by White Daddy. And now all of a sudden she wants to ingratiate herself with the black community because she's got a tell-all book and she's telling all the dirt, and we like dirt, okay? And because we like hearing the dirt, we're like, oh, come on back into our humble bosoms, Omarosa, forgetting that this is a woman who was a detriment to our community when she got in bed with Donald Trump, talking about everybody was going to have to bow to him. And that's one of our problems, that we have not gotten to a point where we vanish people from our community that who have mean us no good. We are so open to opening up our arms to them when they come back to our churches, our synagogue, whatever our beliefs are, because they've now found revelation, because they got booted out of a position, a job. So when we have these kind of black folks that will come into the chat room and say things that are, like you said, an agent provocateur, they have to be vanished away and have to be identified as such when they have a pattern, as you brothers stated, that this individual has a pattern.
Your brother can go ahead, because I'm trying to get these people on. Y'all can go ahead.
Oh, but that's just what I had to say. That's what I had to say, brother.
Okay, for me, it's like, I'll get back to what I'm saying, that I thought about this subject for a very long time. I ain't gonna say I wasn't ready for it, because I'm definitely ready for it, but the timing. And I feel the timing was ready for it, because we are losing ourselves as a people to mobilize ourselves first, and plus throughout the community. And the ones that She Stay Sleep and other people that talk about, some of these people are definitely intentional, wants to keep shit going. And I keep on emphasizing this, and I have to do it. Thanks for coming, brother Rob. I'm jabbing, and my sister, I'm getting you on. I'm doing my best getting you on. And go and see that. I'm telling y'all, I'm dropping jewels. I'm giving y'all, and this is good. It goes right along what I'm talking about. And it's like, and some of us, we still don't get it. Some of us, there's some of us that don't know, but majority of us, we don't want to get it. We don't. We really don't. Any brother could chime on that, please.
Nah, brother. I'll take advantage of the silence. This is one of those times, because I hear you, Info. You have been trying to figure out a way to act offensively on those whom you believe offend the community or are not acting in behalf of the community. And I noticed that people are slow to act. I'm one of them. I'm slow to act on on individuals. One of my reasons is, number one, my role, if you always hear me, is that of a humble servant. And I always try to try to make sure that justice is being served before aggression. And that's more of the mercy side of the community, like Brother Sheep State is saying. So I'm saying to those who want to sit in the seat where we maybe pull the switch, but you know how like somebody has to pull that when somebody's been electrocuted or injected, sentenced to death. You want to be sure about, what it is you're doing. And usually that takes a consensus of the people that says, hey, I think enough truth is out there. The people have spoken. And in my eyes, the people together are like God, really. This office that because what was just shown in dealing with the brother, Subone or sister, whoever that might be, was that we talked about it. We went over it. We have some history about the individual. And I spoke in the behalf of the individual only to make sure that we were given clarity on what the brother or sister is trying to convey or what it really is. Because sometimes all you got to do is smack somebody to get them back in line, not necessarily do away with them, if you know what I mean. So I'm just encouraging people who know who they are and their role within this community. And some of them are executioner.
But so Brother Gab, we have to learn. Brother Gab Talk Media, brother. Okay. My question to you, and Brother Gab, we may need to do our one-to-one interview tonight, brother. I'm feeling good energy with this. This conversation is pumping me up. But brother Gab Talk Media, brother, my question to everyone and you specifically, I'm sorry. When we find individuals who sort of are doing things that can be a detriment to our community, and a lot of us have studied or have some grasp of history, I would hope. We saw what happened in the past. Now, remember, Baldwin always said, if you don't study and understand what happened in your past, in the history, we have to know our history, we won't be able to understand what's happening all around us today. So if we know that great leaders, women, men, brothers and sisters were brought down because of these types of individuals who we may say, oh, this is innocent. This is just YouTube. Ain't no big deal. The person came in and dropped a few statements that we don't agree with. And now we need to shush them out of here. We need to shush them out. These kind of individuals are individuals who do something of this nature or some nature. We may look at them and say, oh, it ain't no big deal because it's YouTube. Brother, that could be the start of something that can be very big. I'm pretty sure the brothers and sisters in the Panther Party and many black organizations, they might have thought at one point in time, oh, this person ain't going to have no impact on us. And the rest is history, brother. These organizations are gone because someone who came in, betrayed themselves as a friend, helped the system in this country to destroy these organizations. So we have to take, knowing the history, we've got to take this sort of behavior very serious, because you don't know what it could lead to later on down the line. Today is just a YouTuber talking some smack on us in the chat room. Tomorrow, this individual could be involved in something bigger, like working with the government. You just never know, brother. So, I mean, look at Hitler. People didn't think that Hitler was nothing. They thought he was just some little short guy talking loud with a big stick, right? They said, so what did they do in Germany? They didn't pay attention to him. And what happened? He rose up and got bigger and bigger. Well, I mean, look at Donald Trump. Nobody thought that Trump was going to really get elected. Everyone just thought, oh, he's from New York. He's just trying to build up his business. The media, he's just a little clown. And look what happened. We wake up and we say, God damn, There's some people who make shit happen. There's some people who watch shit happen. And there's some people who wake up and say, what the hell just happened?
No, you're right. I want to do one rebut to that, and then I want to take the brother off, because yeah, you and I definitely, I would appreciate a discussion.
Yes, sir.
I think what it sounds like you're interested in setting up is a justice system for our community, so that we are basically getting rid of trolls that don't mean us any good. And I would agree with you 100% that we should come up with such a system. And in that, everybody has to know their role. But I will cite an example, sort of what you brought up already, the example of the death of Malcolm X. There were some people, many people within the Nation of Islam who had motives for the brother's murder. The charge from many members inside of the Nation of Islam was hypocrisy, hypocrite, turning his back on that which he was taught. And then there were others that looked on who had a different agreement. Now, the issue is, and the example in Malcolm's history is which one of those sides actually were right and justified to do anything to this brother's life. And I'm saying that is the kind of thing that I caution us not to set up and become sort of vigilantes, but more collaborative on what it is that we are. Because I like the idea of justice system, and I think I'm just trying to temper so that we don't become vigilantes and use our own judgment, because there's some people I don't like too. And I can start up some talk about them and make you not like them. Okay, and I don't. What
you're saying?
Yeah, and yeah, I can make you not like them, brother. You know, and especially when we're going on the air and doing it, it can get really sticky, and we can make some wrong judgments because people have misunderstood me on YouTube, brother, and like in a bad way sometimes, you know, and I deleted the comments because people can get in trouble for the things they say. Mm-hmm. So I'm just like using caution, because some people can really get hurt, you know, if we're not careful.
Okay.
So that's it, and we'll continue our discussion. I appreciate it.
Okay, Brother Rob, and the one that's who else came in and let yourself know.
Peace. It's me, Haven Bullets. I came in.
Yeah, Brother Bullets.
All right, all right. You hold your thought, Brother Rob, and then my brother Jabby.
Peace and blessings to the family this morning, man. How y'all doing, good brothers? Yes, sir. I came in a little bit late to the discussion, so I didn't catch it. Of course, I'm gonna catch it on the playback. But I heard enough to kind of get the gist of what we're talking about. And DS1 and JT for certain can attest to this. My approach to people talking crazy on YouTube so far to this point has been, fuck them. I'm just not gonna pay them no attention, and I'm gonna stick to my guns. And like the brother Gab Talk Media just said, people could get hurt. Now, I'm not trying to like make it seem like I'm so gangster or I'm so tough and all of that kind of stuff. Let's just say that I know some people that if they like actually heard what people was saying about me and to me on YouTube, right? Like they was exercising in these chat rooms and things of that nature. Man, I can't predict what they gonna do. You know what I mean? So that's why I just kind of ignore it. You know what I'm saying? But then I understand, the balance in this thing too. And I had mentioned this to Haven the other day that I see the reason why we kind of need to call out people that that brings negative energy to this YouTube thing. You know, what we have is a very powerful tool, right? And it's just like if you got a knife, you could use a knife to cut a tree down, or you could use a knife to, you know, take somebody's life. So this is a very powerful tool we have. And if we would only use it for our benefit, use it for our liberation, use it communication. If it's not the number one thing in warfare, it got to be a close second. You know what I'm saying? If you can't communicate out there on the battlefield, there's a good chance that everybody's gonna die. You know what I'm saying? I know that for sure, and for certain. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I say. You know, I think the brother Subone was just trying to get guys to, and I mean, I'm not, you know, justifying or taking up for this brother in any way. I don't know him personally or been interacting with him, but I think his you know, names the when he put it in the chat room, he was basically trying to get us to be more specific so that you know, he put it in the spirit of, and this is just me interpreting it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I don't know what on that man's heart, but he was trying to get us to be more specific so that you know, everybody will be aware. You know what I'm saying? So I understand the balance in the conversation. Like, you know, sometimes we need to ignore it and stick to our guns, and then sometimes we need to call it out as well, so that people can be aware and can avoid it. You know what I'm saying? So I see both sides.
Can I just say one thing? Sister Nicole Ali is trying to still get on, JT.
I'm trying to get on too, but they keep on rejecting me back.
You know, is it any kind of way? If you can, I got her email, brother. If she needs the link, is there any kind of way from your vantage point that you can email the actual link to maybe myself or whoever has emails that can send it to her? Because if you can send me the actual link itself, I'm looking at my phone and I can't get the link because we're already connected in a call right now. But if you could send, I can put my email in the chat room, or if you have it already, brother, let's try to see if we can get this link to her.
Okay, I'm gonna put the is it possible I could put your email into the chat?
Yeah, just put it into the chat, and then what I need you to do, some kind of way, if the actual link can be emailed to me or any of us, then I have her right here. I have her email. She just sent me a message. I can copy and paste that right to her email right from my phone as soon as I get the email from you. Let's just do that. Matter of fact, I'll put it in there right now. I got it. All right, go ahead and do that, or just send it. Just put the actual link of this hangout in that email. Then I'll copy and paste it with my thumbs and pop it over and then paste it back to her through the email right off my phone, and then she'll be able to come right on in. If that makes any sense, what I'm saying. Because I thought I could get the link right off my phone, and I'm looking at it and it says ongoing call, which I clicked into it, and it's not showing me the actual link because I'm already what's the options for? Let me see. What does the option stand for? Okay. I'll just wait for it to come my way.
Okay, go ahead, my brother Jabin. Welcome. Finally got you.
Peace. I kind of came late, so I don't really know what y'all was talking about, but I got the sense that y'all was talking about just calling people out. Am I right? Like calling people out for their bad behavior or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And sometimes people might be, and like I heard the other brother talking about how you got to be careful sometimes because you don't want to get people to start disliking each other. I see it like this: if people have different views on something, you can talk that out, and it can be respectful. And as long as somebody's sincere in what they're saying, I don't necessarily have a problem with it. You know, I don't agree with it. But if we have somebody, let's just say, causing actual problems, I'm talking about verifiable problems, I'm talking about robbing people, scamming people, and stuff like that, then they must be called out, and they must be like named. Their names must be named. They must be called out so people know who they are, so everybody can know not to fuck with them. And sometimes when it comes to like these certain ideologies that we know to be false and they're dangerous, like this indigenous stuff, I feel that it's okay to call that out as a group. Like if one person is trolling and you want to block them or whatever, that's cool. But it's like sometimes it's important to just deal with things like that. When you see something that's dangerous and it's starting to pick up steam, to confront it right then and there and kill it before it could become this big blob that it's like it's no way to deal with it at that point in time.
Brother, that was an excellent point that the brother made. JT, just not to interrupt the program, did you send me the link to my email, brother? Because I'm
trying right now. See like they go through. I'm trying right now.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I tried to send it to her as well. So
okay.
Yeah,
anybody that can send it to her, that would help. That would help.
Yeah. So just let her know if you still listening. I just tried to email it to you. I don't know if I did it right, but that's the link that I used to get on.
Okay.
Yeah. But I completely agree with Haven though, and some things just can't get overlooked. You know what I mean? Like I feel like if we just stay so focused on what we trying to actually do, what we trying to actually build, you know what I mean? Because I mean, I'm already working, fam. I'm working right now. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be working later on this afternoon. You know what I mean? I'm going to the Taste of Black Chicago, right? It's happening on Stony Island for people that's in Chicago. It's gonna be a bunch of food vendors. You know what I'm saying? And this portion of Chicago is called Peel Hill, right? And you go over there on Stony Island, the underground bookstore just east off of 87th over there as well. Shout out to the underground bookstore. You know what I'm saying? That's where I get most of my information and material and sources from. But y'all check that out. But look, we got to get so focused on working that trolls, they going to become a moot point. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Like I just feel like, man, bro, we stick to what we own. You know, them talking and all of that shit. I mean, we gonna show and prove. You know what I mean? We gonna show and prove. Like, man, bro, I really ain't. Can't nobody debate what I said about us not being indigenous. You can't debate that. That's just what it is. You see what I mean? And it wasn't like I was trying to destroy them with the information, because in my opinion, and this is my humble opinion, you can't really destroy somebody with information. All you can really do is build them up. You know what I'm saying? Give them the right perspective on, you know, the direction they should be traveling, whether that be socially, politically, economically, what have you. And that's just my humble opinion. And I mean, that's the way that I govern myself, right? But, you know, niggas talking jazzy and cheesy and whatever, you know what I'm saying? Man, keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? If that's what floats your boat. It's just that I wouldn't suggest you come and do that here in Chicago. You know what I mean? I wouldn't suggest that. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually, you know, it's results and consequences for every decision you make. You either gonna get results or consequences, man. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, man, you know what I mean? They the ones that's gonna have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? They the ones that's gonna have to deal with that when they look back on their life, reflecting in their twilight years. Like, damn, I was a fool. They the ones that's gonna be on their conscience, and I'll fall back off that.
Stuff on you.
Anybody else can go on. Anybody else can.
I think we are reaching a level of consensus on here that you know, and this is what I'm talking about. This is really like a little mini council on how to deal with trolls, you know, and I think we came up with some things that people can look towards viable solutions on how we can operate in our community. And yeah, like, you know, we coming to some things, and this is the value of being able to communicate across the states, man, across the world, and talk about some of these things. And so, like I said, I think it's some consensus here. It may be, I ain't sure if it's time to move on or not, but it was kind of silent for people. I think people still letting things marinate because so much has already been said.
Yeah.
So,
Well, before I get to the queen end, it's like Gab talk is like this, that information man, she stays asleep. Brother Rob, they could tell you like this. Maybe Jabbing Bull's probably he know of me, but he get to know. But there's one thing about me that if I'm going to stand for righteousness, I'm going to stand for it. If I know there's some unrighteousness, I have the right to say it, especially if it's going to poison our community. Sometimes I understand what you're saying, and I'm with you on that, and I'm in alignment with that. But sometimes, brother, you gotta call it as it is because it's hurting our community. My thing is about this, that why I developed this subject, because it's hurting our community, the black man, the black. It's bad enough that our relationship is in shambles already. What I'm trying to do is let's see for what it is, because there are people out there that are deliberately is trying to help us. They deliberately is trying to really put that further division, the relationship between the black man, the black woman, and even our families. And now especially we see our kids is really acting out of this hatred. And we have to talk about this. Sometimes it feels uncomfortable. I know for me, when I did this, I'm going to feel somewhat uncomfortable, but I don't care because I know that I am sure of myself. Right. And I have to understand that. I have to be sure of myself to present this. And brothers and sisters have to understand that we have to get in alignment. If we're going to talk about righteousness, if we're going to talk about purify whatever we have in our system, of our self-system that we have in our body to incorporate to others, this is part of the process that we have to be. This is not the time to have eating corn the cob talk. This is time to have some meat talk. This is meat talk right here. This is grown-up talk because our kids isn't infected. So I'm glad you brought that gay talk, and I salute you with that. My sister, come through.
How you doing? Good morning or afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Finally.
Yeah, finally, right? We try, you know. Good looking out, info.
Thank you, Brother Rob, for the link.
Brother Rob,
it's no problem. I know how some stuff is. Last night I was having some issues, but to the topic, earlier, She Stay Sleep PV was talking about some things, and I was thinking like about questions, because I know Neely Fuller and a lot of scholars, they talk about, what is the question? So for me, I always wonder, like, what is motivating this person to put out their content? Like, what's making them want to put out certain things, or why are they changing up their commentary? Like, what made them change up? And when you ask the question, like, what is motivating you? Just like what we were talking about with just earlier with Soup Bowl, like something motivated them to come in and start some mess. And then not only do you have to question what is motivating them, but what are they doing to satisfy that inner motivation? Like, are you just a shit starter? Are you just a mess starter? Or do you really have a gripe or some kind of personal vendetta? Are you just not mature enough to have an adult, mature conversation about something critical? Like, if that's the case, then you just stay the hell away from me, because I don't have time for, we don't have time for mess right now. We really don't. You're right. Underrated. Like, all this drama is not necessary, because while we having all this drama, we gonna look back and be like, what did we accomplish in that whole drama-filled, garbage pail?
Right.
What was really accomplished in that? And how did you think that You know, what kind of goals did you have? If you just a shit starter, then you obviously don't have no goals and no aspirations for the whole community. And if that's the case, you need to, I'm sorry for my language, but you're going to have to stay the fuck out of my way. Because I'm in the mindset now, it's like you going to either have to get down or lay down because I ain't got time for it. And I'm not angry or anything, but it's just at a point where the trolls and all the mess, it's got to go. I'm at a point where I can't just ignore it anymore. I'm not going to be calling nobody names out because people know who they are. They know what they do. But at the same time, it's like if you don't make an example of people that are consistently causing havoc and consistently, you know, just causing a problem, then it's like, how can you stay on track? Because she stays asleep. You said something very critical earlier. You said that, which I agree with, 2/3 of us don't have to go. Sadly, that includes within YouTube as well. That there's a lot of us who are not going to make it. And I think one thing is the people who know they ain't gonna make it, they getting real desperate right now because they see this this union of people who know what's going on, who get it, and who want to find solutions. And they're like, no, we can't have solutions. I like living in the trash can. So, because I'm Oscar the Grouch, and I like living in the trash can. I don't want no solutions. I like the trash.
Mm-hmm.
We'll keep your trash cans over there then.
Mm-hmm. Sister Nicole, this is info. I love what you just said. This is the problem, black men. See, our sisters shouldn't have to fight our battle. We should be fighting this battle. Our job is to protect our families, to protect our women. We should be fighting this battle. And that battle starts with us being uncompromising. That's why, all due respect to some things that have been said, I just don't get caught up. I don't get caught up in this whole, let me sit back passively and hope that these folks go away. Look at your history. History has shown historically, when you don't deal with your coons and deal with people who are a detriment to you, you allow them to rise up and build an army to destroy you or to be used as tools for another individual or a other group's agenda. We as black men can't be compromising. We don't have time to be saying, well, maybe that person will get better and they'll turn themselves around. If they're not going to be, if they're a grown-ass man and a grown-ass woman and they're not turned themselves around, it's time to move on. I subscribe to they got to be cut off the football team mentality. We don't have time for it, but we need to also know these same people can come knocking at our door and they can try to destroy us when we just look at them and say, oh, they're insignificant. History has shown that when you do that, it comes back to bite you. Yeah. It comes back to bite you. I'm not in the game of trying to be hold every grown man's hand. That if the brother comes in here and does some foul stuff and shows himself for what he is, then we identify that and say that's what he is. That's what it was. Now everybody has to be on code and say when they deal with this individual, this is who you're dealing with. This is what he is. He needs to be gone away from our chat room, gone away from whatever discussion that we have it. He can't have privilege to the discussion because he could take that information, and we're using social media. Of course, we're being heard, and he can use it against us. He heard what he said. He said, oh, give us names, right? And brother Chief State had to jump all over him and say, oh, okay, we see what you're doing here. We cannot compromise. We cannot compromise at all. We can't afford to compromise. Or can't. I'm sorry.
And at the same time, within the same vein, I mean, I was like, I didn't put what I wanted to say in the chat room because, of course, that is permanently there until somebody deletes it or whatever, and that's the Underrated Darkness discretion or any of the mods discretion. But he had the nerve, he or she, I don't know who the hell it is, but they had the nerve to say, you know, well, Steve Coakley, how dare you sit here and try to subscribe your bullshit to Steve Coakley, rest in power to him. Well, if it was Steve Coakley, if y'all basically insinuating if we follow Steve Coakley, understand or agree with things that he said with exposing the Boule, for instance, and how this whole system works, then we would expose names. If you don't get your $5 ass somewhere and sit down with that, because that had nothing to do with the original discussion at all. And at the same, because you're the one who needs to be exposed. People like him need or she, I don't know, need to be exposed. You can't bring up an elder ancestor's name in that conversation. That was disgusting to me.
I hear you, sister. That's what like, I don't know, you was there not. That's what I was trying to get you in the panel. That's what I came off what it is, and that's why she stayed asleep. He didn't want me to get agitated and everything, but I understand what he said, because me and him know the history of this individual. So I had to jump on him, and then I go to jump on any other sister too, because I understand what you're saying, information man, and you exactly true. Us brothers gotta do, but you gotta watch out for these sisters. And again, I keep emphasizing this. Watch the ones who did not really getting it. Watch out for the OGs and the elders. I did a live stream about that, and I keep on emphasizing this. YouTube co-leaders and followers. This all came into the picture, family. This all came into the picture. Certain dynamics might be different, but all came in the picture. You see what you see today, because they are actually sisters have act on this too. And they are actually brothers know about it, and they don't want to speak on it. So we have to understand here, when we talking about haters, we just cannot just talking about haters just as brothers. And I'm talking about, if the brothers hate it, go after them. I'm not saying that. That's what I'm saying. Go after them. But also they are sisters is acting like this too, but they acting like in a certain different channel that we have to say something about that, because they said black woman is the first teacher. So she is the first teacher, she's a nurturing, and she's not nurturing our community that she should. She needs to get called out too. And anybody could chime on that, please.
I agree. Well, go ahead.
Go ahead, sir.
You sure? My fault. Go ahead.
No, you good. I'll wait.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say this. As far as that, I'm gonna say, like I always say, I feel like men should call men out and women should call women out. We could talk about, stuff that, that women do that men don't agree with. But as far as calling women to the floor on certain things, I feel like the majority of that should be done far as a female thing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because I believe in a brotherhood and in a sisterhood. And I believe if all black women see each other in a certain light, then they should correct bad behavior that these other sisters are exhibiting. Meaning, if you got a black woman that's running around on YouTube pushing black male hatred, you should not support that sister. If you're gonna support her, try to teach her the right way to go about things. And I feel like men should do that too. But on another note, I feel like the problem is with us is the fact that we're not unified is the reason why we don't have a justice system in place. And when I say that is we need a system of punishment and rewards for each other. There should be a system in place that should be able to punish people who commit treason against their own people. Every other nation in the world, every other group of people, they have that. Black people don't have that. That's why it's so many people participating in cooning and doing things that's detrimental to black people, because we don't punish our own. And we don't have a system to punish our own. You see what I'm saying? We don't want to employ that. But if we're going to have our own system, if we're going to operate with just us and deal with us like all of these other groups do, See, these other groups, they have a punishment system. You got some groups of people that'll cut your hand off. They'll do all types of things, but they have a system in place. We don't have that. We don't have a system that'll punish a coon, that'll punish a bed wench. We don't have that system in place. And the reason why I feel like we don't is, one, we're not unified, and two, like what Information Man was talking about, we keep making too many goddamn excuses not to execute punishment on people. And we have to stop doing that. We have to stop saying, oh, we're going to give this person another chance, or we need to try to fix those. No, certain people are just who they are. And once we understand who they are, they got to go. This is why I said 2/3 of us is going to have to go, because that's the way we weed out the BS and the people who are not about anything, who are not going to stand for anything, and who is not going to stand on the side of our cause. They need to be weeded out, period.
Right.
Y'all don't need to, there's no room for you.
Right.
There's no space for you to breathe. Anywhere we are, we need to make you feel uncomfortable. You cannot live around us. We need to operate like that. You know why? Because other groups do it. When you go in these upscale white neighborhoods, they're on code. They see you walking down the street. Who are you? But black people don't do that. We're afraid to ask a white person, excuse me, where you going? Excuse me, are you lost? They'll ask you that real quick. Excuse me, sir, what are you doing over here? Excuse me, who lives over here, who you're with? They will act because they operate on that level. You are not allowed to live around us. You are not allowed to breathe around us if you're not with us, if you're not part of our cause. We need to start operating as such. But the reason why we don't is because the lack of unity. And see, the reason why I pointed out what the troll did in the chat is because you have people like that who are put in place to keep us not unified.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're put there for that reason. They're put there for us to question, what should we do?
Right.
When at this point, we shouldn't be questioning ourselves, what do we do with a person like that? We should already know.
Right.
And you know that's
that's
a
the
real
issue.
Simpson standpoint, if you just pointed out too. What he just did in the chat room, now that I think about it, when I go back to what I was saying earlier about motivation, when you have a specific motivation and you have goals that you're trying to aspire to, but you know you can't do them by yourself, so you have to be more inclusive with those that are on code, and you come in with some BS like that, that's real feminine. Okay, I'm just going to say it. So there's energy involved with this, as everything, as we know, right? And I have had so many emails about me, I need to be more feminine, and I'm like, well, get the F out of here, whatever, I'll do what I want, you know, I'm too masculine, you know, all this type of stuff, and I'm like, really? So I've also had emails about, well, you should call this person out, call that person out. I'm like, look, I already did it. What more you want me to do? I already did it. Like, I'm trying to tell you who not, you know, maybe this person is somebody who is not with what we're trying to do. So just look out for this person. I already done call people out. I'm done with that. I'm past that point. But you're right. It does go to women calling out women and men calling out men. And I've called out certain women. I've said certain things. And I've also said that I agreed with them initially. Key point, key word. I agreed with them initially. But somewhere along the line, their message, AKA their motivation for why they're doing what they're doing up here on the platform, it has changed. And I said earlier in the chat room, platform versus pedestal. They've turned their platform, which I humbly accept responsibility for what I put on my platform. I'm allowed to have a platform, but I ain't gonna turn my platform into a pedestal where people are supposed to worship me. I don't want that kind of worship. I want to have my information up there for people to think differently about what's going on around them.
Right.
And I call out the women. I don't feel like it's my place to call men out, because I'm looking like, okay, we already see what it is, and I'm not like forcing the responsibility onto men, but I feel like you're right. Like, men should call out men, and women should call out the women too.
Yeah, and go more on my point. And also, I'm putting myself, because see, what's one thing about me? Certain things, there's no filter on the Rated Darkness. There's no filter. I could talk proper. Yeah, I can. I could do that. I have done it too. But there's certain things. There's certain things today is not filter. I'm gonna tell you about myself. About a few seconds, jabbing anybody else. I want y'all to chime in too. The ones that I have to talk about. But She Stay Sleep had done. He interviewed me back in November, and I made a point that I want us to understand this. Because see, when you transform, also I think I did a video or live stream about transformation. Check, y'all search for it, you'll find it. But what I'm saying is this, that these trolls and these haters, they want to be the information. Because what I'm saying, I want you to understand what I'm saying. They want to be the information because it's all about them. When you be part of the information, you are ready to secure yourself, you're advocating yourself, and you are ready to share it with others. Let me repeat myself. These fools want to be the information. And when you be the information for yourself, it stops right there. That means there's no growth there. That means there's no sight of the other man or woman. And we got to keep on sight on that. Now, get back what I'm talking about. She said they were talking about this. Similar, when she said she was talking what happened, it happened to me too. I thought I was protecting a person. And find out I was smeared. That at times I had to take a break off. You know what I mean? I had to take a break off because I was getting smeared. And it was people supposed to protect me, my attentions, and then I have to do what I got to do. But I had to repent within myself to get back on the things when I used to see the things I'm doing, that cooking and stuff. I used to do that years ago. But I got sidetracked because I thought I was protecting a person. And that's why right now I am very adamant what I'm talking right now. I am very adamant what I'm saying right now because I know what I'm talking about, because I've been through it. So I have the right to bring up this conversation today. So what other people would know what She Stay Sleep is talking about, also Information Man told, even when I'm coming from, I want people to know that there are people out there in our community, sadly, they're misleading us. And we have to understand. So understand this, family. When you thinking about you the information, you's a hater. You don't care about yourself. You don't love your people. When you become part of the information, you do not mind to share the love because you transform yourself. You see your things, you see your life in a greater purpose. See, we got to get back into the greater purpose of ourselves as a people. And that's what I'm focused on. That's what I'm focused on today. So anybody want to chime in? Gavin Bulls, I hope you come back. Wherever, if you can, thanks for your own contribution. Anybody can chime in.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify. Man, I'm getting an echo. But I just want to clarify my point. It's not that I don't agree with calling out people for what they are. And I mean, eventually, everybody gonna see that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna see that. But you know, what I'm pushing, my agenda is this: that we our movement become that strong to where those people that are talking against it, you know what I'm saying? They that not be our focus. You know what I'm saying? Like when we get on panels and discuss things, the focus should be on the solution. The focus should be on what's next, as opposed to, you know what I'm saying, focusing on trolls and stuff like that. That's all I was saying. I don't disagree with you, brothers. You know what I'm saying? I have deep respect for your opinions on topics that we discuss generally and regularly. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is, and again, my agenda is to push forward what we want as opposed to what we don't want. It's always a time to address those that might work against us. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be a time. You know what I'm saying? But you know, my focus, you know, when I get on is to push solutions. You know what I'm saying? And that's all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm a second Brother Rob's emotion. You know, when I come online and talk, right, as a brother, there's always an instinct in me to want to act like I used to act, like in terms of like being tough. And I'm reluctant in this way to do it with the community at large, because I found in myself the ability, the benefits of being humble and having a lot of humility. And at the same time, I see that in myself. I always admire the strength in other brothers to be and execute who it is that they are. And what I'm after is just the divine balance. Yes, there's always a time where somebody needs their ass whipped, man. You know, like, that's just straight out. So I'm not in disagreement with that at all. But in trying to represent the part of the body that I represent, you'll always find in me somewhat of a merciful ear and listener before a final decision is made. I'm careful now. I cite this word that vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, just as a way of looking at it. I'm not overly religious. I believe that everything that we see in this creation in the world, we did it somehow. So this is not spooky, but we've been lost for a long time, and we have to build ourselves back up to a point where we can justly execute the things that we're talking about. And so I'm glad that the discussion is happening. That's my piece.
All right, stay right there, Game Talk Media. Anybody else can chime in? No problem. Whoever.
I agree with what they were saying. I agree. That's all I got for now.
Okay, stay.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with the brothers. And that's something, you know, I hope if I could live long enough to be y'all brother's age, you know, I could kind of get to that point. You know, I still be having mixed emotions about certain things, because, and y'all could even see this in on my channel, you know, where I went through my YouTube beefs, and, you know, after I go in on a person, you know, as I'm getting older, I'm starting to realize, like, was it really worth it? You know, I always try to and this is why my message is what my message is, because it's a process that I'm currently going through and been going through for a while now. Healing before building. Growing up, I was a very angry kid. You know, and even now, that I'm older, I'm 32. A lot of people that knew me when I was younger, they still think that, you know, I'm that angry, abrasive guy. And I've learned that always being that way only affects you. It doesn't affect other people. It you the one who end up hurt more at the end of the day, because, and I'm not saying hurt like crying or whatever, but hurt far as mentally, because it's almost like, why did I waste all of this time putting all of this energy out here for a person I could have just ignored? You know, I'm still learning that within myself. You know, and I noticed that a lot of older brothers, and this is why I like to speak to older brothers, a lot of my real friends are older brothers, because most dudes my age, I cannot seek counsel from. You know, I can't really learn much from them, far as me building myself. You know, because there's never a specific age a person. And one thing that I understand that Brother Rob and Brother Gab is speaking on, what they speaking on is not getting so caught up in the energy of calling a person out that you lose sight of what you really need to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand what the brothers is saying, and I understand why they take that approach, because from the way these brothers sound to me, that they were abrasive at one point, and they understand, you know, the result of that. You know, they understand that if you're really trying to get certain things done, that sometimes you got to put certain things on the back burner, you know, not on the back burner, but sometimes you got to turn that pot on to simmer. You know, don't be so quick to fry it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't be so quick to stir fry something. Sometimes you got to just let certain pots just simmer. And when it's time to turn it all the way up, it goes all the way up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I understand that with these brothers, because I can hear it, you know, and I'm kind of learning. I'm trying to learn to be that way. I really am. I'm a lot more patient than I was, I'm going to say 5 years ago. I'm a lot more patient than I was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a hell of a lot more patient and understanding than I was 10 years ago.
Yeah. Mm.
You know, so I understand what these brothers is saying. It's all you can't lose sight of things. And sometimes that happens with me. And I realize that. Y'all can even look at my response videos after I done came from roasting somebody. It's like, damn, like, why I even indulge? You know, because it's like, damn, I just did an hour and a half live stream roasting this person. You know, why did I even do that? Like, why am I still trying to prove a point? You know, prove a certain type of point about certain things.
Mm-hmm.
But just me being me, certain things I feel like just have to be put on the table. And it's because it's just who I am as a person.
Right.
And every day I'm trying to get better and better and maturing my decision making.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm still very impulsive when it comes to things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is why I say healing is a process, because I'm still kind of quick with the draw. I'm still kind of you know, real, I'm kind of trigger happy still when it comes to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And I shouldn't be that way. And it's not about, you know, being passive or anything like that. It's more of you focusing on what's more important. Is it important that you always call bullshit to the table? Is that always important? You know, these things come to my mind because it's like, damn, sometimes is it really that important to go in on about this? Or could this just be something that you understand and you know and you just separate yourself from?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, that comes with more experiences and maturity. And I know y'all older brothers, y'all been through certain things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, me, I'm still kind of, you know, immature when it, you know, emotionally immature when it comes to certain situations where I fly off the handle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and sometimes that's not cool, because if you're actually trying to be part of an organization or something that's organized, discipline is something that always has to be, you know, at the forefront.
Right.
See, that's one thing that the Nation of Islam always exercise and show. Them brothers are 24/7 disciplined. I never really saw those guys really fly off the handle until it's time to turn the pot all the way up. And that's when somebody is harmed physically.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, if somebody's harmed physically, the pot goes to 10.
Right.
To 10. And there's no, you know, compromising. There's no talking. There's none of that. But, and that's more, you know, I feel like that may be more effective at certain times. So I feel like both, you know, both of the decisions or solutions we decided, I think they're both right and exact. And I think that, but I just think one overrides the other at a certain specific time.
Right.
And what we're trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish.
Right.
You know, because one thing I noticed too, like the person brought up Steve Coakley or these other people who have called certain people out, and that could have been a result of their death. Those people are called whistleblowers. And sometimes it's not cool to be known as a whistleblower.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes it's not cool to you know, to just put it all out there. You got to be a little more strategic sometimes. And I think that's what the brother Rob and Gab is kind of touching on.
Yes, I agree on that. And you know, go more. And I want to say something, family, and I want you to understand. She say, see, you know what I'm talking about. When I was younger, I always was raised to have a sound mind. When you make a decision, make sure it's a sound decision. Make sure you stick to it, and make sure whatever needs to happen, make sure you be a sound mind and mature about it and go through it. But I noticed, like I said, I'm not gonna go into my life, but let's say I was never born to spoil my mouth. I'm never. Everything, and I have to work. I always work hard, and I thank my late father and even my mother still living. I thank them for that. But when I got older, I got in some mistakes. But at the same time, I got to take advantage of. And I noticed that when I hit my late 30s, I started to become certain things very short-tempered. That even my second oldest brother, that'd be at times. I give you a case in point that in Virginia, when I first left my travels from New York to Virginia, it was this young guy. I was working. That's why I just moved from my brother's house from Hampton to Newport News. It's like Queens of Brooklyn. It's like next to each other. That's the best scenario I could describe the cities. So if this young boy, he always was running off his mouth for 2 months. Now this back in 2012. This is 6 years ago. I'm 52, so about 46. So he kept on running his mouth. So 20 years ago, I walk away from this motherfucker. No, I ain't worried about it. So one day, I was irritated. And I had to catch myself. So as for me, when I walk with a bop. Can't help it. It's a New York thing, whatever it is. I know it's a black thing. So he say something like, yo, we don't do it down here. Now, the older heads of Virginia, but they say, hey, look, better watch your mouth, young boy. Now, if it wasn't for them, the guy in the way, I would have had his fucking neck. But I have to understand that when I got older, I have to understand to use tact. I have to understand people mannerism. I have to understand they are just some people, a bunch of assholes, and they going wherever you trying to do, they're trying to take you off that rim that you trying to strive for. And I'm talking about righteousness. So for me now, speeding up 6 years later, I don't want people to be scared of me. I don't want people, I'm you could talk to me, but at the same time, I know there is a shipment of myself that I have to understand. There is a shipment that I'm not going to take this bullshit, but at the same time, I have to use discernment of myself. I have to understand there are some people that is not willing to get help, and there's some you just cannot be around. So now in my life right now of this time that I have to become a repentance, certain things I see at my job, I actually have to walk away. Matter of fact, 2 weeks ago, I had to walk away from the fight. It was this guy running his mouth. I do security. So I run his mouth. He running his mouth. Guy, he's gay. He running his mouth. I had to actually walk away from him. I said, look. In life, there's rules and regulations. You got to follow it. And I F you up. And you going to do. And I have to catch myself. Whoa. JT, trying to get you off righteousness. Got to see past that. So sometimes when we're in situations, no matter what age we are, the devil always going to put people in our sight to make us give us off that path. But we just got to continue to stay on that path. We're going to get off that path temporarily, but we have to get back on that path because our people, we got to stop making excuses to these haters. We got to stop making, they say, they know what the hell they doing. Like Stacey said, 2/3 of them, they gone. Can't help. No. I'm not gonna deal with no haters. I'm not gonna deal with nobody that you trying to hurt my existence. When you trying to hurt my existence, you trying to hurt our people. I'm not gonna be around people that way, and I'm not gonna apologize for it. I'm not. But these are the choices that we have to have, and so down the line, I'm gonna start from the sis talk with the Queen Ali. I want to make your last remarks. And I'm going to close this out. This has been excellent. I want to thank each and every one of y'all joining the panel. And Javin, you can get your little saying and last remarks. Go ahead, my queen.
Yeah, I know it goes back to thank you for the comments and everything. I agree when Sheep Stay Sleep was talking because I'm still like that too. I will pop off on you. And it's not because I'm immature. I'm still learning and growing, and that's what I hear from him. But yeah, you're right. You have to. To me, it goes back to motivation. I don't know who else agrees or disagrees, but I just wanted to give my thoughts on some of it. Again, like the way you are. What motivates you to do what you are doing? I think a lot of times defines how you go about the world. You can go about the world in a negative with a negative energy or positive energy. And we know opposites attract. If you in the world with a negative energy, anything around you. Now the thing is the opposites attract, but whatever you are is what you will agree with at that moment. Now you're gonna attract people that are opposite. You're gonna have positive people trying to come in your life. They're gonna try to show you the error of your ways, but you still, if you in that mode, you still are going to adhere more closely to people who are just like you. And you're not going to look for the pattern of growth because you either don't think it exists or you just are so immature, you're just stuck in that one way. And there's no need to like use other people and their work as an excuse for why you messed up. You know, why you not thinking clearly. And I mean, a lot of things y'all were saying, like my dad says a lot of those things because, and I know I probably bring up my dad a lot because, you know, he's been in my life, my whole life, like there. And he still is, even though our relationship has not been smooth all the way through. I look back and realize why a lot of it was on me. You know, he wasn't a perfect dad and he did a lot of things I don't agree with before he met my mother and while he's been with my mother. But I still see I had to forgive. You know, I couldn't hold on to that negativity, you know, too long. He was like, you know, you may not forgive me. You know, you may forgive me on your deathbed, but you keep holding on to that, you ain't going nowhere. You know, we had to come to, and we're still growing and everything with that. But I just appreciate having you all on this panel because we don't really see a lot of Black men discussing things positively without a bunch of mess. You go on other channels and you see it's just egregious. Some of the things that I see being discussed and the way they're being discussed, it just makes me feel so like bad about like, is this really what's going on in the streets? You know, is this really what's hot? And I know it's not, but I just hope that y'all continue these types of discussions because that's how you reach a, you know, positive solution. So thank you.
I appreciate sister because if anybody could tell you that she stays asleep, anybody, I have discussions like this in the past right now. So it's just the point is that we have to indulge. We have to indulge in these conversations. We cannot be afraid to indulge in this conversation because especially if it's hurting our people.
Right.
You know, climate is in politics now. We better get our act together. So I agree in the full line with you said, jabbing bullets. You just came back, your last remarks and whatever you want to say, brother.
One more. Peace. You know, my phone had died, but so I'm back. But I just want to say, like, I missed a lot since my phone was dead, but I think this was a pretty good discussion. And I had to agree with what the sister said. It's about motivation because sometimes you need to know why people are doing certain things or saying certain things, and then you'll have a better understanding what they mean by what they say, and what's going on with them. Like when I was talking to, I don't know if people know this. This is when I was doing the videos about quote unquote Yvette Carnell or whatever. I was about her whole point about slavery and the slave trade. I try to explain to people her information is coming from racist white sources who put out this wrong propaganda and just outright tell half truths to get people away from trying to get reparations. This is why they come up with the whole Africans to slavery and all that other nonsense. But thanks a lot for having me again.
Anytime, man. You welcome anytime. Wherever I have a panel, brother Jab. You know, we appreciate. I personally appreciate your existence. You know, I know you for a minute and everything. Maybe you didn't know me till last year or something, but I appreciate what you're doing and keep on serving our community. That's always there, and you are greatly appreciated. This is from the underrated talkers. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Thank you. I thank you. I appreciate this platform. And again, like the sister said, I appreciate the fact that you can have positive discussions without all the mess. That's good. And I want to also say one more thing. I'm not a shit starter. I want people to know that. Only time I ever go after people is when they actually did something wrong, and it has to be brought to the forefront. Point period, where they actually hurting people, and people know I never lied on nobody. Every time I said somebody did something, I always show the proof, and it always comes out that I was not lying at all.
Okay. Information, man.
I'm here, brother. I had a few things to do at home. I want to once again thank you for having me on board. Allow me to speak my piece.
Anytime.
There's been a lot of positive things that have been said. A lot of statements that I agree with, and we just got to keep this rolling and just try to pursue excellence at all times. Always pursue excellence at all times. Always empower yourself and what you're doing. Sister Ali, your sister Nicole Ali, you did a great job with your podcast. I didn't get a chance to see all of it yesterday from the very beginning, but I'm going to look through it today and see what I missed. I caught it near the end when there were some technical issues that were going on, and we know what that's all about. Brother Gab, we'll be talking, Brother C, if we can finally put something together with me and you on an individual level to kind of like explore the mind of Gab Talk Media in a positive manner, of course. So everybody, brothers, thank you for having me on here with you, esteemed brothers and sisters. That's what I have to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And then subscribe to each. And people in the chat, you're usually gonna read the names of the chat. I'm not gonna do that because y'all know this is a powerful, and I want to go out with a bang. But y'all know the ones who stuck by me and do the chat today. I want to thank you so much. I might come another live today. I got engaged. I might have to attend, but if I get back on time, I might. The darkness might drop some more jewels. You never know. My brother Gad, Talk Media.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll end it this way. I posted a post that said a little while ago on like Twitter or something that after watching something on YouTube, that just because I don't decide to whoop your ass doesn't mean that I'm not happy when your ass gets whipped.
Right.
So, and I mean that to say that there are people stationed in life to execute certain kinds of judgment at certain times. And my whole one of my whole things is people have to know who they are. And as we come to know who we are going to execute and do the right things at the right time. And this is, I'm speaking lofty in the divine scheme of things, something that we haven't been able to witness in its totality yet. We're still in the struggle. But as I believe that what is happening, not what is going to happen, what is happening on this chat and others, is that we're coming to know who we are, and we're getting our philosophy together, our spirituality together. We're getting the information. This is a gathering of the parts, and I am not going to interfere with any of the parts and what it decides to do unless I think it's a fallacy, unless I think it's going to be harmful to the whole. But nothing that happened on this panel discussion I saw any of that as harmful. I saw those things as potential solutions, and I see people that perhaps know themselves and know which station and which role they're going to play in our nation. And to all of you, I say to continue on along those lines. The wisdom that I've gained in my years, I'll be 50 next month, is what you're listening to. and I'm not all put together yet. And what's strange about this whole thing with me is that I was thinking yesterday, it took me 50 years to come about to understand quite a bit about myself. It almost took the whole 50 before I uncovered a very important part of who I am. And I think about all the many, many mistakes I've made, and they weren't with bad intention. So now I can see when other people are doing the same thing, which steers the mercy side of self, because I see myself in the people. And that's each and every person on the panel. There's some aspect that you're talking about that I've been there. You know, I've been aware of it, and not that I've executed it like you have or as good as you can, but I've experienced a part of it. So I get it, and your path is your path, and I'm out of your way. And with that, I'll say peace. Oh, Nicole, your show was excellent yesterday. I really appreciate that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I have to second that. Nicole, subscribe to Sister Nicole Ali. She's doing great content. She's not all about women live. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that, but she's about for us as a people. I have to say that because they are some men and women that pushing this, and this I'm talking about the haters. So I gotta say that. So, sister, keep on putting out, keep on, having us brothers to stay aloof. Keep on, give us that tough love that let us know, because by you up here, sister, I'm gonna get to you, brother Rob. While you up here, you giving us that reaffirm that you want us to succeed. You want us to be leaders. You want us to take care of you, to watch over you. So it's that reaffirmness that I'm getting from you, and the brother in their own way, I'm certain firmness that we just letting you know we here, sister. You got some brothers right up here that loves you, and we're gonna do whatever we can to watch out for you.
Thank you. That's all I wanted. Thank you. Underrated. I'll be watching next time, and I'll go back and watch the archives too.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
Archives, and then share those, and then whatever you want to say in your live stream or whatever, feel free. Whatever. That's what my archives all about. It's all about encouraging each other. Trying to help each other, because we down and out. You know what I'm saying? So wherever you could, it's fine with me. It's right there. Brother Rob, the educated in our community.
All right, well, peace, good brother. Again, man, I always appreciate your panels. I appreciate you having me on this afternoon. Respect to everybody. I respect everybody's opinion, and two analogies I just love to share. My employer, his name is LaShawn Jackson. He runs our school. He a brother, him and another brother. His name is Omar Moore. They the founders of the Circle Foundation that runs the school that I work at, Innovations High School. LaShawn gave me this analogy in dealing with problem students. He say, man, you want to be like a karate master. He was like, do a karate master be running around the class and talking about some, do your punch like this, and running to each and every student? No. You know what I'm saying? No. He just calmly stand in front of them and properly show them how to throw a punch. That's what you got to do. You got to throw a punch. And then when they want to fight you, you know what I'm saying, do the master be all squared up and ready to fight like it's a life or death situation? No. He just calmly blocks their punches and knocks them to the ground. He say, man, you want to become a master. You know what I'm saying? Not a student. You want to become a master. You know what I'm saying? So I'm using that analogy to try to describe the way that I handle people that I feel like have opinions that are detrimental to the community. I address it right away, and I'm going to do it in a very civil way, in a very respectful way. But then at the same time, I want to make sure that they understand the gravity of what they saying and doing. You know what I'm saying? This not an act. You know what I'm saying? This is how I talk all of the time. You know what I mean? My players will tell you that. My students will tell you that. My wife will tell you that. My friends will tell you that. You know what I'm saying? The brother Rob that y'all hear talking on these panels, man, this is who I am. This is who I am. I'm comfortable in my own skin, right? The other thing, and this will be my final remark, just like I was saying, I think it was about a week ago, man, we all in this same boat together. You know what I mean? And you got to make sure that what you doing, you not rowing against the mob. You know what I'm saying? You're not, because if you start rowing against stuff, if it's 2 or 3 people rowing against everybody else that's rowing in one direction, we're gonna go in a big circle. You know what I'm saying? If you're on the boat and you just got your paddle in the water, you not rowing at all, right? You creating drag, even though we might be rowing like a motherfucker, right? We still gonna slow down because you not doing your part. You know what I'm saying? And then the last thing, right? Don't be the nigga that's just in the boat. You ain't rowing, your paddle ain't there, you in the water, you ain't doing shit. You just sitting there. Don't be that nigga, cause you dead weight. You know what I mean? Now me, right? I'm rowing right now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to get to the point where I'm the navigator. You know what I'm saying? Here, let's look at the stars and let's go in this direction. That's what I'm striving to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go from survive to strive. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I'm just trying to model the behavior that I'm expecting for my sons to have. You know, so when they look back at this, you know what I'm saying, listen back at this, they like, yeah, that's who my pops was. You know what I mean? And that's what I have in my mind when I'm acting and being who I am. You know, so you know, it's no point intended. These are my authentic feelings on it. And if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. I don't have no problem with that. I'm a humble man. You know what I'm saying? But I stand on what I say, you know what I'm saying? And I'm very, very thoughtful. I try to be very, very strategic in what I say and the things that I weigh in on. So man, one more time, thank you, good brother JT. Got deep respect for you and the platform, and to all the other brothers and sisters that spoke today.
Thank you so much. You keep on serving our community, brother. Right? We need you. We do. She stays sleeping. Everybody on the panel, I want you to stay there because I'm gonna say I have my little confrontation and I'm my little thing and I'm gonna close it out. She stays sleep as always, my brother.
Well, shout out to everybody here on the panel. This was a great discussion. I like to be a part of conversations like this. This is you know, uplifting conversations, and I always like to have this type of discourse. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate it. I appreciate all y'all who keep continuously supporting my brother, the Underrated Darkness. I appreciate how us brothers here on a platform and including the sister, hopefully we can you know, all stay connected and just link with each other and promote each other's message. Because at the end of the day, it sounds like we're all in unison. So we should definitely promote each other and help each other as much as we can here on social media. That's very, very important. I just want to say I appreciate everybody for listening, because that's very important also. And I want to say thanks, you know, to everybody who came through and was willing to take part in this conversation and wasn't willing to just be so argumentative. Like, that's something that you know, Nicole, you touched on how there's not a lot of platforms where black men could just be together without arguing. You know, that was a very great observation. And that's something that we should try to continue. You know, we should continue to have this type of conduct with each other. You know, even if we in disagreement, there's no need to argue about it. You know, sometimes, you know, men could get a little messy too. I would have to say that. I'm not gonna sit here and say that, you know, it's not gonna get messy, because some topics it happens that way. But I definitely do appreciate the fact that we was able to all get it out and pretty much be on one accord and come up with some solutions and to just have great discourse. You know, that's always helpful. So I appreciate y'all for that, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I will be going live after this, so I appreciate y'all if y'all would tune in.
All right, before I continue, you heard that She Stay Sleep is gonna. So everybody in the chat, everybody on the panel, while I lock this up, go support She Stay Sleep, part of the Darkness family. I'm gonna say a few things and I'm gonna let go. I was gonna be a little longer, but I know she said you want to set up. I want everybody, because I want to join in because I ain't getting nothing damn eat yet anyway. But I want to say this, and I want people outside to know that's listening to. If you're not willing, and I say this in the beginning of the live, if you're not willing to be in the washing machine, be on this cleaning swirl to get cleaned up and spiritually, emotionally, culturally, etc., you are not going to be in alignment to stay away from the haters. You're just going to be this one nasty swirl in the water without put some soap in to clean you up. Be that washing machine. If you know something wrong, be that washing machine of righteousness soap to wash you up so we can continue to stand against the tyranny of unrighteousness, evil. And on that note, on behalf of my sister, Nicole Ali, don't be a stranger of this panel. Don't be a stranger of this chant. We want to see you. We need more sisters to speak up. We need more sisters to speak up. So I salute you, sister, queen. I ain't calling no sister, call you queen. You're a queen. So stand up. It's your rightful. Here. Gay Talk Media. Support my brother. My brother, Javin Bullets. Support the brother. Great content. Not afraid to talk up against unrighteousness. Always stick up for the rights of our people. Subscribe to the brother. Subscribe to She Stay Sleep TV. He gonna come with another powerful live stream that's gonna keep us thinking. To keep us mobilized as a people. And lastly, the one and only, the underrated Darkness, AK, the underrated one, AK, the realist. Because that's what I stand for. Support me. Subscribe to me. When you subscribe to me, I will subscribe to you back. And I promise you, I will do whatever I can to participate. So thank you so much. Y'all made it so beautiful. And I might come with another one later. You never know. You know, Darkness, y'all know when I'm coming. But when I come, I make my presence felt. And nobody cannot take that away from me. And on that note, on behalf of the chat and the panel, Ghost.